What is up, you guys? I'm International Passport. I'm here again for yet another classic video, of course. Um, I want to thank my old subscribers for the support. Oh, hold up. Yeah, I want to thank my old subscribers for the support and my new subscribers for joining the movement, the passport movement, where we encourage brothers to get their passports, to meet foreign women, to explore new opportunities and make new connections. In this video, I have a special guest today called Primetime 757. The brother is a dude who currently lives in Hawaii. Based on what he's told me in our chat so far, he is living it up. He's dealing with a cute woman at the moment, Japanese to be specific. And the brother told me that Hawaii is a great place for brothers. Now, before I ask Primetime to introduce themselves, I want to tell everyone to please hit the like button. Your likes are very important to push out my channel and videos to other individuals who need this intel and who need this intel and and this information. Aaron B says she's Japanese and Filipino, bro. What are you
Yeah, that's
talking
true.
about, bro? Oh,
No,
is
that's
she?
true. Yeah, she's mixed. She's like Japanese and Filipino. He's right.
Oh, do you know Aaron B?
Yeah, I know.
All right, awesome. We
Yeah, I
might
know
get
Aaron
Aaron
B.
to call in. Aaron, can you call in later on in the stream? Because you seem like an intelligent brother, but you don't call in. So please call in tonight. That'd be fantastic. So let's get it cracking. Primetime, please introduce yourself, who you are, what you're doing in Hawaii, why you moved to Hawaii, and we'll start from there. Go on, bro.
All right, thanks for having me, IP. But yeah, I joined the military 2 years ago, and then was stationed in Georgia for a bit, and then they ended up moving me to Hawaii. I've been here 7 months now, and this is actually my second time coming here because when I was a civilian, I worked at Pearl Harbor as well. So, include my military service, I've been in the nuclear radiological field for like 10 years now. So that's what I'm doing over here currently.
Oh, you're a scientist or something like that, bro.
Yeah, the title outside of the government is called a health physicist. They do like radiological controls and things like that. So.
All right, awesome. That is wonderful. Um, Aaron B says, bro, you're always super stream late. Yeah, because my streams are late because American people are behind us, so if I do it too early, they're probably working. If I do it too late, they're probably out there partying. So I've got to do it at the right time. Sorry for that, bro. All right, thanks for that, prime time. So I want to get straight into it. In this stream, I want to speak about your experiences with women, how Hawaii is like for brothers. But I know, a lot of dudes want to hear, you know, about the woman. So tell us more about Hawaiian women and are they checking for brothers?
All right, so when it comes to women, so the majority of the population here is Asian, and I believe this is the only state in America that's like that. So I want to say Asians make up like 40% of the population here, if I'm not mistaken. So you have a lot of Asian women, amongst the Asian population, I would say majority of them are Japanese and Filipino for the most part.
Mm.
So then you have a lot of Polynesians and Pacific Islanders, and then you have the Native Hawaiians and whatnot. The Native Hawaiians make up a smaller percentage though. But yeah, and then you have a lot of women who are like mixed with something. They're like either Filipino and Hawaiian or Filipino and Japanese. Like it's a lot of people who are like mixed too. So you have a lot of that here.
Awesome. And would you say so? What has your experience been like as a brother in Hawaii amongst Hawaiian women? And
So
I want you to break down the groups of Hawaiian women that give you the most play, bro. Go on.
okay, so I got here last September, August, around that time. So the thing is, like when I first got here, um, it's changed a lot since the last time I came. So like first thing I noticed when I went out to Waikiki, things were a little limited because of COVID. So there were certain places that were open and a lot of places weren't. Things now are starting to open back up, but what I notice a lot, it's a lot of like Asian and like black male couples here. Like this, other than Seattle, this is probably the most I've seen, and like up in Canada too, like Vancouver area. This is probably the most I've seen, like
Damn.
out of all those areas. So, and even the girl I'm with now, me and her, I met her on a hiking trail because they have a lot of hikes. So fitness is real big here too. So you'll run into a lot of women who like exercise and are in pretty good shape. Um, I met her on a hiking trail and she was listening to some music. So I don't know if you ever heard of like YouTube channels called like Chill Hop or like Lofi
Yeah,
or Lafi.
yeah.
So she was listening to like a beat that sounded like it, and I asked her, I was like, "You listen to Chill Hop?" And she was like, "Yeah." Like it was her and her friend because we got up to the top of the hike, and I was with my boy as well. And then I was like, "Oh, word, that's what's up." So I told her I was like, I listen to that too on YouTube. So we just started talking. Um, Me and her took like pictures. I took pictures of her and her friend and things like that, and then we exchanged numbers and we started hitting it off. So yeah, it's been pretty cool, man. And like before her, because me and her have been talking now for like 4 or 5 months. So the first couple months I was here, a lot of chicks that was giving me play were either like Polynesian or they were like Filipino, even the Japanese chicks. Like, because the first couple chicks I messed with here, one of them was Japanese and the other two were like Polynesian. So yeah, and like even when you go out in public, like you see a lot of that, like black males with like different women and stuff. So
Damn. Okay. Wow. So you're saying there's a lot of black male and Asian woman couples in Hawaii. Why is that, brother? Why do you think it's so common there, apart from the whole, the majority of the population there? But I know for a fact that there are quite a good amount of black people in Hawaii. Why is it that Asian women are gravitating towards brothers in Hawaii? What is it?
so from what I understand, before I came here, so like I'm in the military, and of course you have like Caucasian males like in the military, in your units and whatnot. And I remember when before I got stationed here, a lot of those guys were telling me like, look, they were like, it's kind of similar to Germany. Like you get stationed over there, um, you like the women over there love you because you're African American or whatever. Because they're like they don't really like Caucasian people here because of like what they did, like taking over their land and making them a state. Because originally Hawaii wasn't a state; it was like a territory. So they
Mm,
kind of have a history. But granted, you do like you know how they say Caucasian males and Asian women are a thing like that. Like, you still do see that here too. You still see the Asian Caucasian male unions a lot. That's just about everywhere. But I would say here you see a whole lot more black and Asian couples, and I think it has a lot to do with the history too. Like a lot of them respect like black males over here and stuff.
all right, awesome, awesome. Okay, so in your experience, right, out of
Hmm.
all the Asian women in Hawaii, which ones are the most good looking in Hawaii?
Ooh, most good looking. I would say I would rank them first. I would say the Filipinos first, and then I would say probably Japanese and then the Thai chicks. There's some Thai women here too. So if I had to
Okay,
say it like from my opinion.
okay, okay. Awesome, awesome. Um, all right, so how about we speak about, how, before we go speak more about Hawaiian women, how about we
Hmm.
speak about how Hawaii is like for brothers? Like, is it a state where brothers can live there peacefully without any racism, without any, without doing bad jobs? I want to see brothers be lawyers, be doctors, be engineers. Is Hawaii a state like that for brothers? Can brothers thrive normally in Hawaii? Because although I say, travel to meet women, but if you want to
Hmm.
live in a country, you've got to know the job scene. How does that city treat brothers? In your experience, is it a good state for brothers to live in?
Yeah, so it's kind of expensive here. It's kind of on this part like cost of living wise is kind of high, but I would say this is a great spot to like buy a property and like use that to your advantage too, because real estate out here is pretty good to be honest. Now when it comes to like black people, it's not really a lot of black people here. Most of the black people here, they either work in the government or they're in the military. I would say the population of black people overall is probably around like 2%. If I
Hmm.
had to somewhere up in there. But I would say it's a great spot though. Like I said, before I leave the island, my plan is to buy up like a condo and use it as an Airbnb. Like that's just that's my goal within the next 3 years. So, and I think it's a great spot. And I do see a lot of brothers out here like who are doing quite well too. Because like I said, I'll be out and about a lot with me and one of my soldiers, and like we just talk to people, man. And like a guy that told me about like the real estate market out here right now, it's not really a buyer's market right now, but he was just telling me because he owns like 3 properties out here, and he retired out here, and he drives a Jaguar. He's like 40 something. I think he's like early 40s, but he's doing pretty well. And he was saying that this is a great spot to do it because one, it's always warm here. And he's actually married to a Polynesian lady because he was telling us about that. And he was like, it's a great spot, like especially for like retirement and stuff. So I would say brothers should come here, man. And like I said, you get treated better here, in my opinion, compared to the other states. I think you get treated a lot better here, in my opinion.
Okay. And how long are you staying in Hawaii for? Are you there for a couple of years, 5 years, or what's
Yeah, a
your?
couple of years. I have like another 3 years here. So
Okay.
yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. So how about we now speak about um Hawaiian women in general, but before I do that, I want to speak more about your girlfriend. So you said you met her while she was listening to chill hop out in the open when you were hiking or doing some stuff like that.
Hmm.
You approached her, you spoke to her, said, "Oh, you listen to chill hop too." You hear up, okay, cool, cool, cool. So would you? So your girlfriend, would you say she's the best girlfriend you've ever had? You know, in ever in terms of living in America, like because different states, the women there are they think different. I know
Right.
for a fact in New York, the women there, from what I've heard, are horrible. Especially the
Yeah.
accent and the way they speak, it's very masculine. Brothers
Granted, in New York, you have some cool ones, but overall, yeah.
yeah, brothers ain't looking to deal with a masculine woman. So Hawaii, your girlfriend,
Overall,
to speak to us about your girlfriend. How does she treat you? Is she feminine? You know, what are the best quantities about your girlfriend?
oh yeah, so femininity, yeah. That is so she's Asian, so that's just a given. One of the things like me and her, we don't live together at the moment, but like one thing she does do when she comes over, she does always offer to like cook, or she'll ask me before she come, like, what do you want for dinner? And I'm like, I'll just tell her, and she'll buy all the stuff, bring it over here, cook, or she'll invite me to her spot, and then she'll cook it for me. She actually taught me how to roll up sushi too, a couple months ago, so I figured out how to do that through her. So.
Awesome. All right. So it seems like you're having a great time with your girlfriend in Hawaii, which is great. And I like seeing and I love hearing brothers do well with women when they travel around the world.
Right.
So first question to you is feminism. Is feminism a problem there in Hawaii?
Um, I haven't been here that long, but from what I've heard, I mean, it's a liberal state, so I guess you'll have it here, just like anywhere else. Um, Out of all the women I've talked to, they haven't really been, they haven't, yeah, I haven't really gotten a feminist vibe from them, but I can assume that it exists here though. But for the most part, a lot of the women here are like family oriented too. Like, if they're talking to you, they're focused only on you. And I've learned that through people who've been here a while too, other guys as well. So that's another thing. Femininity is, like I said, with an Asian woman, that's like I said, that's already a given. So it's not too bad.
All right. Awesome. Awesome. So what about, so yeah, would you say that in general, Hawaiian women are feminine compared to other women in the States in America?
I would say overall, yes, compared to other states. Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful. All right, next question for you is prostitution a problem in Hawaii?
Prostitution. I know when you drive through like Waikiki, like the touristy areas, you will run into like working women. I'm not necessarily sure if it's quote unquote a problem, But outside of town, I mean, I don't really hear about it too much or see it or anywhere else.
All right, awesome, awesome, fantastic. What about jealousy against brothers, black men? Because from what I've heard, when you travel around the world and there's some cities that treat you very well, i.e.,
Hmm.
Vancouver, other men get jealous of the attention brothers get. Is that an issue in Hawaii? Are men jealous of the attention brothers get in Hawaii?
Not from what I've noticed. Only comments I've heard are like guys like in the military, they're like, man, like black guys get a lot of love out here. They'll say stuff like that. It's not as bad as it was when I was over in Germany though. Like Germany was a little different. But yeah.
Okay, yeah. I think I'm gonna touch on Germany and Vancouver later on, maybe, but let's just roll through Hawaii.
Yeah.
How long do you think you can stay on the stream for? 2 hours, 3 hours? Can you let me know now?
16 minutes. Talking about how long we've been on this one.
No, how long can you stay on the stream? Is it 2 hours? Is it 3 hours
I
before?
was on probably like an hour or so, like hour and a half, hour 15.
Okay. All right, let me
Yep.
try and get through this quickly, then open up the
Okay.
calls for people to ask you questions. All right.
Gotcha.
This is awesome. All right, so in terms of clubs and bars, what are the best places in terms of clubs and bars to meet Hawaiian women who are checking for brothers, good looking Hawaiian women? What do you recommend?
Good looking. I would say mainly in town, aka Waikiki. This is one place called Sky Bar. It's kind of pricey, but it's on the top of a building. I visited there a couple times, and there are actually some pretty good looking women up there too. Um, it's this one place called it's a hookah bar called Hookah Hookah. That's another spot. And I would say even like Yard House, because a lot of places in Waikiki is where you can meet like good looking women and stuff. 'Cause a lot of the local women they have tourists too, so and you can
Oh,
tell like the locals from other women, like you can tell the difference.
cool. Um, it's okay. All right, hold on. Let me go into my next question. So, online dating. Tell us
Hmm.
more about that. Is that a thing in Hawaii? If so, what apps should brothers use to meet up with Hawaiian women?
Also, online dating. In my opinion, the best apps to use out here. Yeah, because when I first got here, this is the first time I use apps in a while. I would say Hinge. I would say Match and Bumble. Tinder, I'm not really a fan like that, but those three are probably the top three in my opinion.
Okay, and they work for you specifically. They've worked for you, bro. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, yeah, especially Bumble, because Bumble is the one you probably heard of it. That's the one where the women had to speak to you first, and like you get a lot of hits on that one too.
Cool. What about in terms of cold approaching women in Hawaii? Do they prefer that? Do they want that to happen to them? Cold approaching, is that also an avenue for brothers to meet women, or are they more of an online dating type of woman?
I would say cold approaching, maybe just like anywhere else, probably hit or miss, but I have noticed that a lot of the women do want like masculine type men, so they kind of do expect like the old fashioned like walk up to them and just spark up a conversation and they'll give you a shot from what I've heard. So
Have you done that yourself apart from what you did to your girlfriend? Have you cold approached a few Hawaiian women?
yeah, I actually did. Our first month here when we went out, I actually did a couple times. I would say I did it maybe three times, and like one chick I didn't get, but the other two like I did. So it's not too hard. It's not too bad as long as you spark up a conversation and know how to talk to them. You're good.
Would you recommend any conversation type starters, like, how do they want to be approached? Is it, hey there, I like what you're wearing. I thought I'd just approach you and speak to you and get to know you better. Like, what is your pickup line? The first line you say, get to the number. How do you do your cold approaching, bro?
Oh, with me, I've always been the type to find something to like either compliment or find something to like talk about or just like say some kind of joke or something just to get them laughing to break the ice. Um, But here, I know when I talk to my girl, like I said, we connected on the chill hop stuff. If you just walk up to them, give them your name, just start up a conversation, you'll be fine. It's not that hard here.
Awesome. So when you approached your girlfriend, was she just playing chill hop loud on her phone or some studio beats, like one of those Beats Pill, and you heard it, or was that what happened?
Yeah, she had it loud on her phone because going up the hike, some people do that. They'll have like little speakers or they have their headphones on. And I just heard her listening to it like a few feet away from me. And plus, my boy was like, "Hey, she keep looking over here," so she was like staring at me too. So,
Oh, okay, I see. Okay, so there was she was really checking you out. Okay, I see.
yep.
Did you know that she was checking you out, or did your boy tell you, "Oh, dude, she's checking you out, bro"? What happened?
So my boy kind of told me because I had walked up there and I saw her, and like I said, she's in pretty good shape. Her and her friend, they work out a lot. And I was like, damn, I was like, yo, like they're kind of fine, like they're cute or whatever. And then like we got up the hike, we were just chilling, talking, and he was like, "Yo, that girl keeps looking over at you." And then I just walked over there because I heard what she was playing, and I was like, "You listen to chill hop too?" And she was like, "Yeah." And then we just started talking from there. So that's how easy it was.
All right, awesome. The women there, would you say they are superficial? Like, they want the guy to be 6'10", drive a Mercedes, own 5 businesses. Like, are they superficial like American women? Like, you just what they expect from women is from men. Sorry, is crazy. Do you experience that with Hawaiian women?
From my experience, I don't get that vibe, but you do sifting through the dating apps, you will run across some, and you can tell like by their profile picture, they kind of have that IG model look. But other than that, the majority of them, for what I've seen, they're pretty simple. You don't have to do all that because the thing about here is so expensive to live here that a lot of women have like a hustle too. So they have something like multiple streams of income. So from what I understand, a lot of them don't really care about what kind of car you drive because a lot of them aren't driving like luxury cars themselves, so they don't really care about all that.
That's what's up. That's what's up. All right. So how should how should men dress, to meet Hawaiian women? Like, is it the 90s hip hop baggy jeans, oversized t-shirt with a snapback? Or is it like the clean cut suit wearing brother, who looks sharp? Like, how should brothers dress to get Hawaiian women? And what do Hawaiian women like men dressing as?
I would say the look that so a lot of brothers here, from what I noticed, I would say dress like casual, like a nice shirt, some nice jeans, and some nice shoes when you go out. Because a lot of people here, being as a warm climate, most people wear like shorts, shirt, flip flops, stuff like that because of the climate. But you'll stand out a lot if you dress nice. So just dressing nicely. You don't have to necessarily wear a suit, but if you wear a suit, that'll be a plus because then you'll really stand out then. So.
All right, awesome. So, where are you in Honolulu or Waikiki? What city you at, bro?
So Honolulu is the capital. So Waikiki is like an area within Honolulu. Like it's like a kind of like a neighborhood. So I'm like maybe I'm on the northern end of the island, which is the island is called Oahu. So I'm like 20 minutes away from Honolulu. So
All right, awesome. So, how many cities have you been to in Hawaii?
so the areas I've been to, of course, I've been to Honolulu and Waikiki. That's more the tourist area, more the local areas. The beaches in like Kailua, North Shore, Eva Beach, places like that. Those are good places to meet women too, because less touristy. You meet more like locals and stuff. So,
Okay, yeah. So that was leading on to my next question. What
hmm
cities, what places, are the best to meet Hawaiian women that check for brothers? I check only for brothers, man. Tell
Where
me,
only
bro.
for brother. Um, I would probably hit up a beach, like any beach here, man. Any beach. Of course, like I said again, Waikiki, and even like North Shore. The North Shore area is pretty nice too. You can go out there. Even Maui, that's a different island, but Maui's another place too.
Awesome. Okay, fantastic. This is great intel. So, I know the population there. in Hawaii is obviously Asian women, white women, some black women there as well.
Hmm.
Would you say every group of racial women in Hawaii are checking for brothers,
If I had to say here, I
or
would
is it just
say
Asian
I,
women?
I would say yes. 'Cause, I mean, you do have your even on like the somebody mentioned Lanikai, yeah, that's another beach too. But yeah, even like the black women here, like on the dating sites, a lot of them you'll run into some who just only want to date black men, and you do have a lot of white women here too who are the same way. Like you'll see that out and about as well, like white women with like black men as well. And the thing about here, man, like I said, fitness is a big thing. So a lot of the women here be like on point. So
Damn. Okay. Okay. This is wonderful intel. But but you're saying like you would, if a brother was to travel to Hawaii right now, he would
mhm.
get the most play from Asian women there in Hawaii.
Yeah, like you wouldn't have any problem getting an Asian woman here. Like it's not that hard here.
Damn. Oh, okay, okay. Awesome, awesome. All right. Would you recommend brothers to travel alone or in a group to Hawaii? What do you think, bro?
I've always been one when I take trips overseas, I normally go with friends. Um, but traveling alone isn't bad here either. You have crime and stuff here, but it's not like other places. To me, it's not as bad. So traveling alone here isn't a bad thing, especially if you're down in Waikiki with all the tourists. Like you'll be fine.
All right, awesome, awesome. Hey, R&B, you must have said something a bit explicit, which is why I put you on timeout. Um, so I just want to keep the live stream section PG, so YouTube won't, try and do something dodgy. So which is why I put you on timeout. Okay, I didn't. It wasn't by accident. I just put you on timeout because you said something dodgy. But it's all good, bro. Can you also call in because I wanted to speak to you, bro? You're from the UK. I want to hear your thoughts. All right, thanks for that so far, prime time. Um, okay, let me see. Let me see. All right, let's speak about the nightlife.
Hmm.
Is the nightlife good for brothers? Is it vibrant? Can brothers meet Hawaiian women easily in the nightlife, or is it just, pros, whores, and all that nonsense? Can we meet decent women in the Hawaiian nightlife? And is it something that you recommend brothers to check out?
Yeah, so the nightlife here is actually pretty vibrant. I was in a training for a month and I just got back 2 weeks ago. So like I said, more things are opening back up. It's pretty packed out here now. Tourism's picking up. So you meet a lot of women, like even on the Waikiki Strip, you'll meet women like walking around in like bikinis and stuff, walking around dressed up, stuff like that. So it's not hard to meet women out here. All you gotta do is go to the right spot and just talk to people. You'll be fine.
Awesome. Do you recommend any clubs to go to?
Um, Other than the bars and stuff, I haven't since they opened things back up. I haven't really been out like that. 'Cause like I said, when I first got here, COVID was a thing, so things weren't really open. I still have some exploring when it comes to like clubs and stuff, but outside of the hookah bar called Hookah Hookah and like places like Yard House and like any type of like brunch spot, things like that. Those are all good spots too. So.
Awesome, awesome. I want to speak to you about the ratio of women to men. We had a stream last week about
Hmm.
Vancouver, no, sorry, about Costa Rica. And the Costa Rican women were telling me that the ratio from women to men, I think it was a lot more women than men, which is good for men because there's an abundance of women who are single and it'll be easier for men to date. What is the ratio in Hawaii, bro, based on what you've seen? Is there more women than men? More men than women? Is it 50-50? What do you see there from your eyes, bro?
I would say here, just like anywhere else, it's more women than men. Like you see a whole lot of women here. So,
All right, awesome. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. All right, let me ask you a couple more questions if I open up the call. Let's see what's on my list. So, would you say every city you've been to, every place you've been to in Hawaii is safe for brothers?
yeah, I would say the safe factor here is probably one of the best. Like I said, brothers don't really get bothered here like that, and Even the police here are pretty cool too, from what I understand. Like they're not real pressed about anything, so brothers should be fine here.
All right, awesome. All right, I think I've asked you questions that brothers need. Do you want to add anything that I've missed, bro? Like what brothers need to do, what we need to know about the woman, and so forth. Is there anything you want to add, bro?
Like I said, man, if you guys come here, you want to live here, man, just have a plan because a lot of opportunity out here when it comes to jobs and real estate. Like if you want to work government, that's the thing to do, man. If you
What
want
about
to
private? What about private?
private, I'm not sure what industries are here private sector. I'm not 100% sure, but I know everybody here has to have a hustle too, though.
And
So
what hustles do you see the most?
you have a lot of Uber drivers here. You have a lot of people doing like DoorDash, things like that, online stores, stuff like that. So
All right, awesome, awesome. Um, all right, prime time has around an hour left in this live stream, brothers. So I'm gonna open the calls, and if you could please ask him serious questions. Yeah, of course, hit the like button, brothers. Thank you, Eric. Yeah, ask some serious questions about Hawaii, and then we'll pick on from there. So he's got an hour left in the stream, so let's not BS, let's not joke too much, and just get straight to the point because it's not going to be a 4 hour stream. It will be around an hour and a half. So let me open the phone notes right now. Let's see. Right, while I do that, have you been to Vancouver before, bro?
been where?
Vancouver.
Yeah, I've been there once. When I worked in Seattle, we went up there for like a weekend.
Awesome. So how were you treated there by the woman?
I was treated pretty good there. Vancouver has a lot of Asian people. Last time I went, there's a lot of them. A lot of white girls up there checking for brothers too. Because one of the chicks I messed with, me and her are still cool. She was from there, and she was pretty cool though. Like she treated us pretty good, her and her friends. So
Damn, see, what did I tell you, brothers? Vancouver is a spot for American brothers, for UK brothers. And on that note, prime time in Hawaii, have you come across any UK brothers at all?
I haven't come across any UK guys, but I met some African and Jamaican guys here.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how were they being treated by Hawaiian women?
I know the African guy. He um he was one of the ones telling me that he loved it here because people treat him pretty good. The Jamaican guy, he was actually married because he owned like a food truck. He's actually married to a Hawaiian chick. I think his wife is I think he said she was Polynesian too. A lot of Polynesians check for black men, of course.
Damn. Oh man. I can't wait to start traveling again. I can't wait, dude. I'm telling you, I've been patient since this stupid pandemic came around. I've been patient. I'm like, let me
Yeah,
drive because I'm tired of the women in my country. This is why I have this channel because, like, what American brothers are experiencing with American women, brothers over here are also experiencing that with UK women. And I'm
hmm,
I'm done. I'm done. I'm completely tired. I need to travel because I'm getting frustrated. Open up the
yeah,
borders, open up Japan, open up Hawaii because I'm waiting to
yeah.
travel to these countries, man.
Yeah, yeah. Japan's nice too. So,
You've been to
but
Japan, yeah?
yeah, yeah. I've been to Tokyo once. Tokyo was pretty nice.
How did the Japanese women treat you there, bro?
So when you're talking about other dudes like expressing like jealousy towards brothers, getting attention from women, that was one of the places too. Um, the women over there are actually pretty cool, and it's funny because, like I said, my chick is like half Japanese, half Filipino, and I remember me and her were talking about like music because she's into hip hop and stuff, and she was saying that like she even told me she was like, I know there's a thing saying that a lot of Caucasian guys, a lot of Asian women chase Caucasian guys. She was like, that's true. But she was like, over in Japan, she was like, we're pretty open to dating whomever. And she was like, the thing is, though, a lot of black guys don't approach us. So we don't think that black guys like us. But she was like, the white guys approach us. And I was like, damn. I mean, sorry. But I was like, dang. So all brothers have to do is approach them more. We'll be fine. So,
Yeah, I think with Asian women is that brothers don't know. Brothers, it's still up in the air. I feel like brothers don't know whether they feel like they check for brothers, and which is why brothers don't bother approaching them. And I think that's the problem. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I think that's the main issue. I think that's why your girlfriend said that, because brothers don't really know, because they see a whole bunch of Asian women with white dudes. They're thinking,
Mm-hmm.
oh, is that who they check for only? That's cool. That's cool. I'm leaving to it. I'm right, because when you see that constantly, you're thinking, oh, they ain't checking for brothers. But
Yeah.
if what your girlfriend is saying is true, then maybe brothers need to start approaching them and take it on from there.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
sorry, carry on, bro.
Oh no, no, I was saying yeah, exactly. Like brothers just start talking to him, man, they'll probably get to know a lot of them better because as I me and her clicked on music and she started teaching me some things. So
So how about so your time in Tokyo, you were talking about hatred towards you. Can you speak on that further, bro?
yeah, so I know me because I went with like two other people, and they have this so they have like anime museums and like arcades and stuff out there. And I think last time I went there, I was like 24. I'm 33 now. But we were at an arcade and we ran into these chicks who were playing the games as well, and they were pretty hot. So we started talking to them, and like they were hanging out with us the whole time. And I think like I had walked away from the chick I was with, and I remember the girl I was with when I walked away to go to the bathroom. She was like, "Yeah," she was like, "That guy tried to like." She told me she was like, "That guy tried to talk to me," and then like the whole time me and her were hanging out, he kept like looking at us. I had noticed him like staring at us and whatnot. And I also remember I have a friend who's in the military as well, and he was stationed in Tokyo, but he was stationed in Japan too. And he was saying how like a lot of the guys, like other soldiers and stuff, would get like very jealous that like the African American guys were getting more play than they were when they were over there. So
Wow. Okay. So, but how long were you in Tokyo for?
we were only over there for like two. We were there for like 2 weeks. We were there for a while.
And in those 2 weeks, how did the woman treat you, brother? Like, how did Japanese women treat you specifically in terms of cold approaching them, online dating, the nightlife? What was your experience with Japanese women, brother?
Their code approach and work there. It's funny because one of the guys was telling me the guys I went with, my friend, he had been there before, and I remember the first time I started talking to a chick, she kind of like looked at me, and then when she heard like she was looking at me kind of funny, but when she heard me start talking, she opened up a little more, and he explained to me that like because it's a decent amount of some Africans over there too. There's some
Yeah.
African people over there, and he was saying that like they um they don't have a problem with Africans per se, but he was like a lot of he was like some of the Africans over there cause trouble. So the Japanese people kind of like they're very like cautious when it comes to dealing with them. And I guess when I approached her, she thought I was African, but when she heard me talk and she heard I was American, she was good. So
Okay. So they understand English. So you were speaking English and you were still getting play in
hmm
Tokyo.
yep, because it's first world like it's yeah like it's a modernized country, so um a lot of them speak like broken English from my experience. The ones that did speak English, they have an accent, but they understand it. They understood it pretty well, the people I talked to. Not all of them, but some of them do.
Awesome. So in Tokyo, in your experience, was it just Japanese women giving you play, or was it other races of women also giving you play? Because I know there's Black Brazilian women there in Tokyo. There's women from Russia there in Tokyo.
hmm
So, well, what was your experience there with other races of women there, bro?
Um, the only women that gave me play when I was there were the Asian women because I guess because I'm tall too. Like I'm 6 foot and I'm like 210 pounds. So a lot of them were like taking pictures with me and stuff too.
Yeah, 6 foot is tall, especially in Tokyo and Japan. You definitely
Yeah.
stand out. Um, okay, let me speak to you about so with Japanese women, how were you how were you bagging them? Was it through online dating? Was it the nightlife? What was your approach to getting Japanese women?
Mainly through like because back then that was like 20. 2015, I think. And that was when I first got on Tinder. And like over there, Tinder is pretty dope too. One thing I noticed about other countries when it comes to Tinder, the women when they like you, they'll respond quick. Like they respond very quick. You don't have to wait for a response and stuff. So that's how I was getting a lot of them.
Awesome, awesome. Um, is no one gonna call in? Because if you're not gonna call in, I might end the call with prime time in 10, 20 minutes. He's got an hour, he's got 50 minutes left. I put the live stream link, which is pinned to the live stream. If you have any questions for prime time regarding Hawaii, call in right now. I don't know why no one's calling in. So call in right now. Maybe because it's American, brothers don't want to, they don't want nothing to do with America anymore. Because if this was Germany, I'd have like 20 people trying to call in. Maybe that's why. Guys,
Yeah.
call in. So prime time, you said you've been to Germany as well, right?
In Berlin. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So what was your experience there in Berlin with the woman there?
Oh, so Berlin, that was a spot where the women were a little more aggressive. Like they'll actually walk up to you and like talk to you when they like you. That was one thing about that. It kind of reminded me of like Washington D.C. a little bit. But the thing is, like the women were they were a little more feminine though. German women are cool from my experience. And then the one chick that I did hang out with, I mean, I've hung out with like multiple chicks, but it was this one in particular. She was like asking me to like move there and stuff. Like me and her hang out a lot. So, and we actually still keep in touch too.
Awesome. I want to speak to you about Germany later on in the stream, but we got a guy called Jay Bones. What is up, Jay Bones? How you doing, bro?
What's going on?
Hey,
You cool,
what's up,
bro?
guys? What's going on?
We're good. I'm chilling, giving you guys another classic live stream with Intel. How you doing, bro? How did you find my channel? How did you come across it? Are you a new subscriber? Are you old subscriber? Go on, bro.
Nah, definitely a new subscriber, man. Definitely glad to be calling in, man. Much love from Jersey. Much love from Jersey. Good to hear you brothers are doing great, man. Much love from Jersey. I was at work actually. I was at work probably like 2 weeks ago. I worked the overnight shift, and this brother, one of these brothers that we have like a travel group that we used to travel back in the day. So one of these brothers actually called me up because I just well, we actually linked up though, brother IP, about 2 or 3 days ago. I spoke to you that I just got back from Turkey.
Oh, yes, yes.
Yeah, yeah. So one of my cousins that I actually went to Turkey with, he called me and he was like, "Yo, you got to check out, brother. You got to check out this dude named International Passport." I said, "Who?" He said dude named International Passport. I said, "Yo, stop playing around, man." So I was bored at work one day, and he sent me the link, and I actually watched your live stream with the Costa Rican ladies, Mei Ling and Catherine.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was yeah, now I'm here, bro. Now I mean, shout out to you, brother IP. You really doing big things. Trust me. I got pretty much the whole squad on your channel right now. Like I got pretty much everybody that I know at my overnight job. It's a bunch of us brothers that we ready to travel. As soon as this thing open up, we going. Like everybody grab their passports, we good to go.
100%. That's what I'm talking about. Yes, yes. Brothers all around the world knowing how they're being treated, because there's brothers in America who actually believe that there's only Black American women exist.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, yo. Let me tell you. Let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you about something, brother IP. Trust me. This movement that you're doing right now is hitting pretty hard because I heard about I was actually talking to one of my friends. He goes to Rutgers University and he told me that he actually watches your channel and there's a couple of dudes right now in college that are literally watching your channel right now. So what you're doing, you thinking that this is just a normal thing. I'm telling you right now, brother IP, this thing is about to spread.
Oh yeah.
hey, that's what I'm talking. Yeah, I need that. Yeah, that'll be fantastic. I've been doing this for a couple of years now, giving you guys intel, hours of me researching, hours of me reaching out to brothers all around the world saying, brother, can you please come on my channel, give your thoughts about this country? So to see that happening, it warms my heart. Thank you so much for sharing my channel around J Bones, because again, brothers need to understand that the women in your country, the women in your community are not the end or be all. If you are having problems, with Black American women, you do realize there are Black German women. You do realize there are Black women in Africa. You
Right.
do realize there are Black women in Morocco. So why are you not traveling? Ignorance is a disease. I've always said that in my life. Lack of knowledge.
I feel you 100%. But here's the thing, though, brother IP. Not to cut you off, but a lot of us brothers, like a lot of us, especially, we grew up in the hood. Like we grew up in the ghetto. We grew up around, especially, we grew up around Keisha from the block. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, we grew
Yeah.
up around Keisha from the block. So a lot of us don't have, we don't have that sort of mindset to be. I know. Let me tell you something, brother IP. I know brothers that I grew up with in Jersey. They haven't even traveled outside the city that they live in.
Damn.
Outside the city that they live in. That's what I'm telling. I got lucky because, for myself, let me give you a little bit of background about me. I was born in Ghana, and when I was younger, I moved to Brooklyn with my dad, and I was lucky to have my dad around. He was a really international guy. So before I turned 13, I've already been to Switzerland twice. I've been to Geneva. I've been to Switzerland. I've been to London. I've been to Frankfurt. I've been to Berlin maybe 3 or 4 times. Just got back from Turkey. When I was in high school, I was in Amsterdam 2 or 3 times. Been to Morocco. Been to Chad. Been to Egypt. Been to Mozambique. Dropped off in Zimbabwe. Like
Awesome.
yeah. I try to tell brothers all the time, but the thing about it is that you're doing the work though, brother IP. Just keep on doing what you're doing because you have no idea. I know. I left. I just left Rowan, the college here in Jersey, Rowan. Some of the brothers down there, these young brothers, they like 21, 19, 20. Some of them are already they deep into your content and they watching your situation right now because listen, this feminism nonsense, it's spreading real deep, brother IP. You have no idea. This thing is just, I don't even want to get into it, man. Let's talk about something that makes sense, big bro.
All right, bro. Do you have any questions for Prime Time regarding Hawaiian women at all?
Yo, Prime Time, big bro, what's going on with you, man? How you feeling?
Nothing much, man. Chilling, feeling good. What's up?
Yeah, man. Listen, I got a couple questions for you. I actually been to Honolulu. I'm gonna drop some real quick game for you too, brother IP. I've been to Honolulu, but it was maybe 2 or 3 years back before the pandemic popped off. I used to date a chick from upstate New York. She used to work for Candace Owens.
Wow.
And yeah,
Was she
yeah.
Asian? Hold on. Was she Asian?
No. It was a white girl actually. She was from Portugal.
Candace Owens, she used to work for her. Oh, okay.
No. She used to work for Candace. You ever heard of the what's his name? The group
Turning Point. Yeah, USA.
Yeah. She used to work for Candace Owens. She used to be one of Candace Owens' assistants. So what happens is that a lot of people actually don't know, but there's a bit of a conservative vibe when you go into Hawaii. So she used to travel with Candace Owens over there when she does like her meetings and her stage fronts with Charlie Kirk. So I met her a couple of years back, and she was telling me that she was actually traveling to Honolulu with Candace. So I went with her. Like I went with her to Honolulu. It was a really dope spot. I only stayed for about 2 or 3 days. I didn't really stay for that long because I had to rush up and get back here to Jersey. But my question for you, brother Primetime, is like right now, right? When you look at the COVID restrictions, is I know Honolulu is a lot of free spirit there. I mean, just Hawaii itself is a free spirit. But when you look at the COVID restrictions, because we got brothers ready to go. We got brothers, we tired of this COVID nonsense. We tired of everything. Tell me, like an American to an American, tell me how you feel, big bro. Can we just come in right now without wearing the mask and dealing with a whole bunch of nonsense? Or what's the vibe like right now in Hawaii, though? Tell me something good, big bro.
So I would say overall, they're not as strict as they were when I first got here last summer, because last summer they had something called the stay-at-home order where they shut down things like businesses were shut down for like a while, but things are opening back up because of the vaccine. And I think now, I know like government and military, if you're vaccinated, you don't have to wear a mask in like government facilities, but civilian places you still have to. But I think what the governor was saying here on this island, he was saying that they'll start lightening up the restrictions and stuff once more people get vaccinated. So they're like slowly working their way to like to how it was before. So 'cause a lot of
Okay.
places just started opening back up too. So
Okay. Brother IP, can I ask some two more questions, please?
Yeah, fine with me. Yeah, go on.
Yeah. What's his name? When we come down there, because I only stayed a few days over there and in Honolulu when I came down with Turning Point for the conference there. But we didn't, from what I remember, everything was pretty much on, I was traveling with a Portuguese girl, and they're different than, well, she's American Portuguese. Her parents were born in Lisbon, but she was raised here in America. So, she was real dope girl, real feminine, like just top of the line, beautiful type of chick. But everything was pretty much on her dime because she asked me to come. So she was paying for dinner, she was paying for lunch, she was paying for, they paid for the plane ticket and everything. So I didn't really get a gist of because we travel a lot. I mean, like I said, I just got back from Turkey. Usually when you're about to leave the country, the most important thing I try to tell brothers, calculate the dollar rate to wherever you're going, so then you don't get jammed up.
mm-hmm.
Understand what I'm saying?
Yep.
I took
Yep.
my cousin. I took my cousin when we dropped off in Istanbul. We caught a taxi from the airport, and the dude was like, the dude gave us the price, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, hold on, nah, let me go back into my let me go back into my currency app real quick, and I'm like, he just charged us $150 from the airport to the hotel. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, brother, I'm from Jersey. I know what a scam looks like.
Oh yeah,
We
yeah.
Yeah, if you American, you can smell a scam from a million miles away. So I'm like, yo, stop the car. Let me get out. Stop acting. Oh, brother, what's wrong? Is everything okay? Yeah, no,
Try,
you just trying to scam me. That's what you're
try
trying
to
to
get
do.
you.
Exactly. They try to get you. But on another note, when we come down to Hawaii, which we definitely are, because we don't have time to be dealing with these Keisha from the block nonsense behavior around here. But when we get down to Hawaii, can you give us like can you give me like a real, like, from a feeling, especially from a military point, like give me a real good idea of how much money we should be packing for at least maybe 7 days or 8 days. What you think?
7 to 8 days. If you're going in a group, that'll probably be better because hotels and stuff in Waikiki are expensive. I would recommend getting an Airbnb versus a hotel here.
Yeah, yeah, you're
Because
right. You're right.
Airbnb,
That's what the You're absolutely right. Sort of. That's what the yeah, you're right. Because we had a girl that we went to college with. She lives in San Francisco. I reached
hmm
out to her a couple of days ago. She told me the same thing. Yeah, but keep going, keep going. Sorry to cut you off.
Yeah, so the thing about Airbnbs, you can get some really good ones like that are close to like beaches and stuff, so you have a nice view. Some of them are in neighborhoods, so I mean neighborhoods you'll see women like running and walking. Um, and like the thing is like Uber and Lyft here, like it's a lot of that going on. The rates now are kind of high because tourism's picking back up. But I mean,
Okay.
still, I mean, if you don't have a car, like if you don't rent a car or anything, I mean that's like your only other option. But the best places, man, I'm telling you, hit up the beaches and these hiking trails, man. Like those, like some of the spots. That's where everybody be at.
Yeah. We actually hit the when we were in Honolulu a couple of years back. We hit one of the hiking trails over there. It's just an amazing thing, and that's just the whole thing. That's the thing. Like, that's the game, brother. I'm trying to tell these brothers, like, yo, you need to get you off the block with all this nonsense and all this ghetto identity and all this buffoonery. Like, brothers, they are checking for us everywhere we go. They are
Yep.
checking for us heavy. Like, I'm telling these brothers, like, brother like, but at the end of the day, you know what's going to happen? It's just going to be more for us. We're the ones that we've seen the light at the end of the tunnel. So I try to tell these brothers, I'm like, yo, you can drop off in we were in let me tell you a situation. We were in Amsterdam. This was like 3 or 4 years back. It's before the COVID situation. But brother like, let me tell you something. We didn't even leave the airport. I caught a girl at the airport right there. I caught a girl at the airport right there. I met this. I met this. I met this. I was standing there. Just walking around. This girl came up to me. She was like, would you like to buy something? And I'm like, oh nah. And those people from the Netherlands, they have like a real strange accent. So I started talking to her. She was like, where are you from? And I'm like, oh, I'm from Jersey. She was like, oh, you're American? And I'm like, yeah. She didn't go back to her desk. She grabbed my hand. opened my palm, took out a pen, wrote down her number, and she said, "Listen, I get off at 3 o'clock. I want you to come home with me right now. Right now.
I don't doubt
Right
it.
now." I
Where was
try
the
to tell
plan?
brothers and they don't get it. Like, this is a real thing. Like, once we step outside, we're the cool kids of the block. The UK brothers and the United States brothers, we're the cool kids of the block. Everybody knows that we're the quarterback of the team. Or if you're from England, you're damn near the captain of the Manchester United team. It's all about us.
All right,
It's all about
hold up,
us. Like, everything's.
hold up. So that girl in Amsterdam, where was she from? What was her race?
She was white, like real lily white. Like, she looked pale. She looked like Jennifer Aniston white. She was, yeah, she was
Damn.
pale white. She was, and what I was surprised about too, brother IP, I'm glad you asked that. A lot of those not Eastern European, but a lot of those European girls, they got a lot of body of them. Like, they're
They
basically
do.
white girls, but they have black women features. Like, they thick as
Yeah.
hell. Yeah, they thick.
German women are
Yeah,
like that too.
German women are thick. Like, they super, super thick. So I was standing, I'm like, wait, why are these white girls at the airport thick as hell? When did this start happening? Because in America, they all fit the same narrative. Like, it's like, basically they're eating dinner, and then when they get home, they run into the bathroom and puke it out because they want to stay skinny. Yeah, pretty much. Just not. I'm telling you, bro. Yo, brother IP. It's these brothers are hard headed and they not listening. They don't understand what's going on right now. They don't get it. But let me tell you something, brother IP. Like, this is a real thing. Like, brothers, like, they don't get it. They really don't get it. Like, you hop off into Amsterdam, you hop off into Belgium, wherever you hop off into, son. Like, they checking for us heavy. They are checking for us heavy. Like, I was at the airport. We didn't even walk out. And she just grabbed me and said, "Listen, I need you to come back to the house with me, like, right now."
Damn.
Look, I'm standing there, I'm like, "Oh, but I got a whole, she was like, "All right, well, call me later, yada yada yada, this and that." I'm like, "Oh, I'm gonna call you. And like a brother from Jersey, I don't play around." Grabbed the magnums, went back to her crib that same night, and bam, 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 uptown got it done.
All right, hold on, bro.
Eh,
Stay on the line. Yeah, I want to come at you later on, but thank you for that intel, J Bones.
All
I
right,
appreciate that.
got you,
So
brother IP.
stay on
Thanks
the
a lot,
line.
problem Tom.
I've
Oh,
got
no problem.
questions for you.
And to answer his question about how much money to bring, I would say like 30 for 7 to 8 days. I would say around 3,500, around that,
Okay,
somewhere up in there. Yeah.
okay,
All right.
I feel you.
Awesome. Thank you for that, J Bones. Stay on the line, though. I'll come at you
Yes,
later on.
sir. Yes, sir. I got you.
All right. Anyone else calling right now? I saw Mr. International. I'm not too sure what happened to him. So Mr. International calling again. Anyone else calling right now? Primetime only has around half an hour left in the live stream. Calling right now, brothers. In the meantime, Primetime, tell us about your experience. Carry on, sorry, telling us about your experience in Berlin, Germany.
Yeah. So like when we went there, because I did a lot of traveling like in my 20s. So we went to Germany. I've actually been 3 times, but the very first time I went, we were out. We had went to this one club. What was the name of that spot? Can't remember the name of that spot, but like it was kind of upscale. It wasn't that expensive, but it was kind of upscale. And like one of the chicks in there, it was like this brunette chick, and she was built nice too. And like me and my other two boys were talking to her and this other chick, and one of her friends was like a black chick, but she was German as well. So they do
Damn.
have some pretty black German chicks over there too. I will say that.
I told you,
So
brothers.
like
I told you, brothers, about them
yeah,
black German chicks. Carry on, bro. Sorry.
yeah, and like the thing is like we were talking, and like by the end of the night we were just chilling, and I remember a dude. I can tell he was military too because he didn't have any facial hair. He had like a southern accent, white guy. He was cool about it, but he basically walked up to like me. We were just talking. He was kind of drunk too. And he was like, "Man," his exact words were, "Man, like they love you guys out here." That was like his exact words, dog. Like he was like, "These German women love you guys out here." Like he couldn't. It sounded like he couldn't believe it or something.
So have you only been to Berlin?
Yeah, I've only been to Berlin, but I've heard about like Frankfurt too. I haven't been
Yeah.
to Frankfurt though.
Okay, so you're saying in general your experience in Berlin with German women was very pleasant. So you said they actually approached you, right? One of them approached
Yeah,
you.
yeah,
Damn.
and that's how we started talking to them, and like her and her friends. That's how we started talking to them because we were in there just like because they had a dance floor in there too. So It was pretty nice though.
What? So she approached you in the club, or was it when you were walking out on the streets, just randomly?
It was like actually in the bar, like inside of there.
Yep. I actually believe you because I experienced that myself in Berlin. Right. If
Hmm.
you watch my Germany video I dropped a couple years ago, a woman literally bought me a drink. Like I was sitting down on the table, the bartender just puts a drink in front of me. I'm like, I told him this isn't my drink. I didn't order this. And he points to the woman to the right of me. She bought it for you. And she starts smiling at me and giggling. Hey,
I believe it.
it's a different world out there, brothers. Get your passport. It's a different world out there in Germany, in Morocco, in flipping Amsterdam. You need to get your passport. If you're not being loved in your home country, travel frequently. Make your money in American dollars because America is the top economy in the entire world. So I wouldn't say leave America yet, but travel frequently to countries that treat brothers very well. It's crazy. The game I'm giving you, brothers, you won't get anywhere else. I am one of the few channels that have started giving you brothers what's happening internationally with brothers because brothers feel like, I'm in the UK, I'm in America, I'm not being checked out by women. You need to travel. Fantastic. Let me bring in Miss International. What's up, bro?
What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? Great live stream and another banger.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate that, bro. Hey, last week, man, you were funny last week.
Hey, I just be joking around all that, but like when it really comes down to it, like I've been through so much, just like the new guy that's subscribed to your channel, so I'm being in the hood and stuff. I've been through so much, like I really don't like that beta and sim stuff. Like I'm just like a big flirt and a sweetheart, but like when it really comes down to it, I really don't tolerate that shit. But yeah, it was great. It was great content and. Also, man, I wanted to tell you something because I agree with the new guy. Also, is man, your views and your streams, they're just growing and growing. Like when I offer your streams, man, I look at the views and I'm telling you, man, it's nothing but up. And this is a movement, and pretty soon, man, it's gonna start hitting the global scale. They're gonna say, men, colored men from the UK and colored men from America are leaving the states in drastic numbers because of this. Like, I'm telling
Man
you,
said colored. Come on, this isn't the 1950s anymore. Colored.
I
Come on,
know.
bro.
Get the example, Black African American,
Yeah.
you know, you know. And I hate racism in general, man. I really hate that stuff. But man, I just wanted to tell you that little did you know, man, just like in the other stream where they said your videos get linked to Kevin Samuels and stuff like that. Even though I know you don't want me to say these guys' names and stuff like that. But yeah, man, it's growing and it's growing at a fast rate, and people are listening. People all around the world, man, and I want you to just keep doing your thing, bro. Because I've been a fan of yours for at least 2 years, 3 years, or whatever the actual number is, and I respect everything you're doing, bro.
Damn, you've been there from the start. I appreciate that, Miss International. Appreciate that. What was the first video you watched of mine a few years ago? Was it the Germany video?
Um, yeah, I also think you did one on Croatia or something like that too.
Yep. Classic.
Yeah, yeah, man. I'm telling you, I when I say I watched all of your videos from the beginning one to the end. Listen, I could try to puzzle them together, but man, we could talk about all of them. Poland, you did videos on a lot of states. I mean, a lot of countries. And
Thanks for that, bro. Appreciate that. Before I get you to ask Primetime a question, I want to just address Young Hand's statement. He says Black American, not African American. Bro, it's the same thing. All Black people all around the world originate from Africa. Africa is our homeland. So Black American and African American are the same thing. If someone called me African Brit, I wouldn't have any problems with that. if they call me a black Brit, I still wouldn't have any problems with that because I'm black and I'm African. So come on, bro, let's not be immature here. So carry on, Miss International. Do you have any questions for Primetime?
Yes, I have stuff for prime time, and also I just wanted to fit this little thing. Like I said, man, I really hate racism, and I'm into the mindset of let's say if there was ever a civil war, if you know anything about the American history, and there was the red coats against the blue coats, I'm joining the blue coats again. That's how I think of it. That's the mindset. You know what I mean? I'm joining the blue coats every single time. So, as long as nobody walks up and calls me the N word, and I'm from America, and nobody has ever just, hey man, you N word, except on Call of Duty or something like that. You know what I mean? But I got a few questions, 2 questions for him, so I can start off. I just wanted to say that.
Go on, bro.
All right, so one of my close friends, his name was Sonny. I grew up with him. He was Vietnamese. His family lived in Hawaii. He ended up moving to Hawaii. So I know we was talking about the Asian population. So I know there's a lot of Asians in Hawaii. So my first question is, just dive back into the Asian population, the races in Hawaii. And my second question is, the natives. How do the Hawaiians, the actual natives, look? I don't know if there's Samoan or whatever you want to call them, but yes, how do the Hawaiians look on a scale of 1 to 10, and how do they treat brothers?
I would say so. So your first question was talking about, you said the Asian population, like how many Asian, was it like how many Asian people are here or something like that?
Yes, like how many Asian people are here in the different races?
I think the Asian population here is around 40%. Um, and when it comes to racism per se, I've never heard any like black male experience have any bad experience here, even with Asian people. I grew up in Virginia Beach with a decent amount of Filipinos, and like they were all pretty cool to me. So I've never had issues with like Asian people overall. And the native Hawaiians, um, a lot of them are pretty cool too. Like I said, the Hawaiian people in general, they're not too fond of like Caucasians in general because of like Caucasians coming over and taking the land and stuff. So from my experience, they normally treat people pretty well, especially like black people.
All right, thank you, bro. Appreciate it.
No problem.
Before you ask your second question, Miss International, guys, hit the like button if you're new to the stream. Would appreciate your support. This is free content at the moment, so your likes, that's all I'm asking for. Please hit the like button. Do you have any more questions, Mr. International?
Yes, when I think of islands and the Caribbean, I think of like archipelagos. I don't know if look at that word up, but that's what I think of when I think of tropical places, right? And my
Hmm.
question is, because also in the live stream, I was just asking the guys about like what's the most ideal, beautiful place, uh, great construction built, like maybe some nice buildings, maybe a nice uh amusement place or whatever, you know what I mean? What is the place where you're for sure to meet a beautiful girl just because there's so much stuff to do, like a amusement park, there's just so much stuff to do and you're bound to meet somebody that you could click with, like in
So
Hawaii.
okay, on the island, I would say, like I was saying earlier, man, the hikes and stuff, like any type of outdoor activities, like snorkeling. They even have activities here where you can like swim with the sharks. They have this lighthouse trail. There'd be a lot of women on trails and stuff, like hiking trails, man. So,
Get it, bro.
oh yeah.
Okay, thank you, Mr. International. Put yourself on mute. Stay on the call though. I'm going to remove you and J Bones. J Bones, stay on the call as well. I just want to get Zach Hayes on this. He asked some very good questions. But J Bones and Miss International, stay on the line because I will come back to you guys later, especially J Bones. What is up, Mr. Zach Hayes, the legend? How you doing, bro?
Doing amazing, man. Always down to speak to you. How are you?
Hey, I'm doing fine. I'm happy you called in as usual. Your thoughts, your ideas are very, very well welcomed on my channel. So thank you for calling in, bro. Do you have any, first of all, how are you finding the live stream so far? Is it good?
Everything that you put out is always good. That shouldn't even be a question, bro.
Hey, you gassing me up, huh?
I'm not gassing you up. I'm a very honest guy. Like, the stuff you put out is good. Listen, I wouldn't be watching stuff if it wasn't good.
Hey, I appreciate that, bro. Primetime, same for you as well.
Oh yeah, no doubt, man. I like your channel, man, because giving brothers more insight on how it is everywhere else outside of America. So I like it.
Thank you for that, brothers. Okay, Zach Hayes, do you have any questions for Primetime?
So, Primetime. So check this out, right? You know, environment plays a big factor wherever you're at, you know, and I know that Hawaii has a lot of water. You know, like when you first moved out to Hawaii, how did you feel that the land like gave you a new like did the land give you a new insight on life? Like, because I noticed when we're exposed to a different environment, it changes our worldview, our outlook on life.
Hmm.
Like, how did you feel when you were able to be exposed to all of the new land when you first went out to Hawaii?
So when I first moved out here, like I said, this is my second time coming, but last time I was here, I didn't spend much time here. But now it kind of hit me that I'll be here for like years because when I tell people that I'm here, they're like, "Oh man, like they're so amazed. They're like, "Oh, you're in Hawaii, man! Like you're basically living on vacation." And that's kind of like how it feels because the water's blue, the sand is white. There's so many different beaches. The people here are a little more laid back. They call it the Aloha Spirit. Like you'll be in traffic, people will cut people off and they don't beat the horn at each other. They just like they have something called the shaka where they do it with their hands where they extend their pinky and their thumb and they wave it in the air and they just go on about their business, man. Like people, they're not really about conflict here. So it's nice, man.
Yeah, because you know when I was staying out in Seattle, I mean it rains. It rains, you know, pretty often.
Yeah.
So sometimes I would wake up and go outside and see a big mist and a lot of raindrops. And not to say that I was depressed or anything, but it's like, you know, when you're exposed to nice blue water, nice sunny skies, it just
Hmm.
gives you more. It gives your life more purpose, just from my own personal philosophy and how I view life. You know, because I'm always trying to seek purpose in my life. I'm always trying to seek more, and I want to always be exposed to environments that fulfill my purpose. And I can just imagine just waking up and seeing that every day, man. It must be amazing.
Oh yeah, it is, man. Especially like I say, when people come here to stay, just get like an Airbnb that's like on the beach or something, like something that has a nice view. Cause like sometimes just go out because I flew over to Maui a couple months ago, me and my girl, and like we ended up getting an Airbnb, and it was just nice to wake up in the morning and just see the water outside. It was pretty dope.
Yeah, I notice a lot of. I actually know. Of course, I'm not going to say names, but you know, I know a lot of hippie white women that live out in Hawaii. Is that correct?
Yep. Yeah. You'll see some, like I said, you'll see some of them, well, like the locks and stuff and things like that. There's a lot of transplants here too from like the West Coast, like Seattle and California. So yeah.
Yeah. Thanks so much for allowing me to ask you these questions, man. An honor, big honor, man.
Yeah, no problem.
Absolutely.
Hey, thanks for that, Zach. Stay on the line. I'll come at you later on. Thank you, bro.
No problem.
Anyone else, call in right now. Please call in. I want to hear your opinion on this live stream and what's on your mind as well. So please call in. I've dropped the live stream StreamYard again. I have a question for Primetime 757. How would a brother like me be treated by a Hawaiian woman once they hear my accent? You know, do you feel like they be checking for UK brothers, or you know, is it only for American brothers? Which is cool with me. Cool with me.
I think you'll fare well here because one, you're black, and then you do have an accent because, like I said, it's some African brothers here too who like don't really have any complaints. So I think the accent will help you a lot here. So
Damn. And I think you mentioned how in Washington, D.C., women approach there. Is that true?
yeah, like if you're in the city, yeah. The thing about DC though, DC is like it's a major city, a big city. The area in general is big, and there's a lot of transplants. So you have a lot of women there from different places. So you run into a lot of infidelity and stuff out there too, because there's a lot of women in DC who be sleeping around with their men and stuff. So you gotta be careful out there.
Flipping heck, nine inch that man.
Yeah.
So, do you feel like if I'm in DC right now and
hmm
a woman hears my accent, a bunch of women hear my accent, the how do I put it in a question? Do you feel like they're gonna be like, "Whoa, who is that? Why does he sound like that?" Will they get all excited?
Oh, heck yeah. Because you don't really see many, it's not really many like British guys or UK guys in DC. A lot of East African people though. It's a lot of African people in DC, but being from the UK, you would definitely stand out. So
Damn, wow. But I might not go to DC since you're saying there's a lot of infidelity over there.
yeah,
So you're saying that a lot of women like love to cheat quite a lot in DC.
yeah, yeah. And a lot of them make good money because DC, you get paid very well out there. So there's a lot of women out there making like over six figures and a lot of men too. Like a lot of black men out there do very well. A lot of black men in like leadership positions out there. I think that's one of the few cities where the population is majority black. I want to say Philadelphia is the other one, but I'm not sure. But brothers normally do pretty well, like economically out there, though.
And do they are they doing well with the women out there as well in Washington DC, bro?
Yeah. So when it comes to DC, it's a melting pot. So I would say because you have different areas, you have Washington DC, the city, and outside of DC, you have Maryland and Virginia. So Virginia, you see a lot of brothers out there with like white chicks or like the Salvadorian chicks. There's like a huge Salvador, like Central American population in Northern Virginia, like Fairfax County. But you see a lot of brothers dating the Latinas out there too.
Damn.
I lived in Montgomery County when I worked in DC. So up in there, you see a lot of brothers with like different types of women too, whether she's African, Black American, white, Asian. So yeah. The city
Yeah.
DC in general has a lot of like American black women though, because the city in general is majority black. So
Wow. Okay. So you're saying that I would do well in DC and Virginia based on my accent. I might have to make that trip there to
oh
see
yeah.
what the damage I can do.
Especially in Northern Virginia, man, like Fairfax and Alexandria, like Tyson's Corner and stuff, like you'll do real well out there.
Damn. Okay. Thank you for that, bro. Thank you. So I've got guys call in. Is no one else calling in? So prime time has 10 minutes left. What's going on? Is it because Hawaii is in America? You brothers don't want nothing to do with America in general. You're only all about Europe, Africa, South America. Call in because Hawaii, I've heard, very culturally different from America as a whole, which is why I set up this live stream. Because if you're in New York and you can't afford to travel to somewhere like Germany, Hawaii would be a lot more cheaper for you, where the women there are cooperative and check for brothers. It's crazy.
And being that it's in America, in my opinion, it's like totally different from the other states. Like I said, Hawaii's only been a state, like it's still pretty young. Like I think it became a state in the 60s. So it's very different, like culturally too. Like, it's a lot different than the other states.
Crazy. Thanks for that intel, bro. Let me bring in Jay Bones again. So Jay Bones, you've traveled all around the world. Can you tell us what country you did very well in? A country where brothers are treated very, very well in, and you did exceptionally well, you ate well. Tell us more about that, Jay Bones.
All right. Can you guys hear me?
Loud and clear.
Yep.
Yes, sir. Man. Yeah. Thanks a lot for that, prime time, man. You really dropping some knowledge. Yeah. To tell you the truth, IP, I would say the best spot for me, definitely. I really, really, really had a great time. I'm gonna definitely say when I was in Amsterdam, because at that time, we were like damn near in college. This was like probably my freshman year, my sophomore year at college. And I was a lot more fit back then. Trust me, these are days where we're playing on soccer teams. So we
When
had
was that?
stamina
Was
days.
that 10 years ago or something?
Yeah. Yeah, like almost 10. Yeah, like pretty much like my freshman year of college. So I'd probably like say 10 years ago, 10, 11 years ago. So I was fit. Like, at that time, man, I was playing attack in midfield. I was playing attack in midfield on the field and in real life. So trust me, man. Wayne Rooney had nothing on me. I was running through girls when we were in, I would tell you, bro, like I'm not even trying to be explicit on your channel IP. Like I was running through catching bodies left and right, these white girls when I was in college. So but I would say Amsterdam was the best, like it was the best experience. We didn't stay there for too long. Like usually when I travel outside, I don't really stay for too long because it's like I'll do like maybe like a week, maybe 7 or 6 days because we're traveling with a group. I have a brother that went to Princeton. One of my cousins went to Penn State. Another brother of mine, he went to Stanford, and we all played soccer together. So we when we traveled outside, it was like, we know exactly what we're doing. When we drop off, we get what we need to get done. We just have a great time. But Amsterdam was real. It was like it was the first time I really been around like the message you pushing, brother IP, like feminine girls, like feminine women. That's the whole thing, bro. Like that's just the whole concept right now. Like the brother Primetime was saying, like he spent time in Virginia. I used to date a Salvadorian chick over there when I lived in Primetime lived in I think he said he lived in Virginia Beach. I used to live in Richmond. When I
Yeah.
was in Richmond, when I lived in Richmond, bro, IP, let me tell you, Salvadorian women, Ecuadorian, Honduran women, yo, you have no idea, bro. I try to tell these brothers, man, stay away from Keisha from the block. Listen to your boy IP. Stay away from Keisha from the block, bro. We gotta, I'm telling you, it's a short time, and brothers don't understand. Like
Damn.
black, we really have to start thinking about ourselves. Like we
Hmm.
really have
Yeah.
to start. We don't owe the world anything. Our grandfathers have their bodies have washed up on the beaches on Normandy. They fought in a civil war. They fought in Vietnam. They fought in
Mm.
Desert Storm. They did
Yep.
3 tours in Iraq. And what did we get for it? We didn't get anything for it.
Nothing. Yeah.
Nothing.
Nothing at
All
all.
we got, brother IP, is George Floyd dead in the streets, Trayvon Martin dead in the streets.
Mm.
It's just nonsense, brother IP. That's why I tell these brothers all the time. Listen, the message that you push, you are 100% on point. When I first got introduced to your channel, I was like, what is this? What is this dude even talking about? But then I started checking, like when I started checking out your content, I said, wait, hold on. This man is on point. You are right there on point. Trust me, brother IP. Keep doing what you're doing right now because you have no idea. This thing is about to spread like wildfire. This thing is about to spread like wildfire in California on a hot summer day. I'm
Hey,
telling you,
IP.
bro.
Hey,
Hey,
thank you, bro.
IP.
Yeah, what was that?
The
Continue.
so my boy just texted me the club we were at in Berlin. It was called Watergate. That was the name of it. You ever heard of Watergate?
Probably have, but it's been years since I've been in Berlin now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. He
it's
just
it's been a
reminded me.
couple of years actually since I haven't been to Berlin since actually I went to Berlin before I went to Amsterdam. I went to Berlin when I was a junior in high school, so that was a different time for me. But I'm definitely trying to hit back up to Germany as soon as possible. But like I said, brothers, listen, get the passport ready. Do
Yep.
what you got to do. Like I'm telling you, we got so many brothers right now heading down to the post office, and it doesn't take that long. You just fill out a piece of paper, you pay whatever fee that you got to pay, and then a couple of weeks later, your passport gets here. Once we get, this COVID thing breaks down and everything starts opening up, I'm telling you, this is a real thing.
Once COVID let up, it's a wrap.
All right,
Yeah, it's a
thank you,
wrap.
bro.
It's a wrap, bro.
Hold on, J Bones. Let me bring in. What's up, Truth Box? You right? You good?
Yo. Hey, how you doing, IP? What's up, brothers?
Hey,
How y'all doing? Can y'all hear me good?
I can hear
Oh
you
yeah,
loud and
loud and
clear,
clear.
bro. How did you come across my channel, bro?
IP, I'm the brother that's been telling you to set up your Cash App, man. I found you. I found your channel. I mean, I was watching Kevin Samuels and KS. I'm watching KS. I was, man, I'm an SYSBM brother myself, so you know what I mean. And I keep it red pill with everything that I do. I call myself a good asshole. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a good dude, but I'm an asshole. And
Mind the language, bro.
Okay, my bad. I mean, I'm a good a-hole, but I mean, I don't know. But we need to support each other. We need to inspire each other. We need to, travel with each other, have each other's back. We have to keep uniting. IP have to keep spreading the word. I need to do the same thing you're doing. I'm gonna say right now, I'm in the Midwest, in the upper Midwest. I'm gonna tell you right now, IP, you would pull anywhere, brother. I'm in Fargo, North Dakota, right? And literally, there's been a few British guys that have come to my little business, right? I have 2 food carts, right, in downtown Fargo. I'm actually in the process of I'm leaving one thing and going to the next thing. So I'm getting my money. I'm making my money so that I don't have to do nothing, so I can just travel all winter, right? I grew up in Minnesota. What do they call it? Murder app. But I don't want anything to do with these hyenas, these daggles, these Keishas. Thank you. Other people are saying the same thing, IP. Bro, get your Cash App, man. Let us bless you, brother. Let us bless you. You would get women here in the Midwest, especially with that accent. I'm gonna tell you right now, like, oh, Idris. They be like, oh, Idris. Brother, you would be good, man. Like you would eat everywhere. But the question is what they're feeding you, are they worth eating? Not really.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Are they disguising their vampire ways? Yes. They're hyenas, they're daggles, I'm telling you, man, the British dudes that I've met up here, man, they just be talking and chicks just be like, oh, I'm going home with him. Like it's
the accent,
crazy,
man.
It's the accent, man.
Is it black British dudes you're talking about? Jukebox.
Guess what? Here's the thing. They've never seen a black British dude. It's the accent. I've seen a fat British dude pull, and I've seen a skinny British dude pull. Matter of fact, no. It's what's that one British dude? He's black and he's a poet, and he travels all over the world speaking. Like,
is it George the poet?
Huh?
Is it George the poet?
I think so. A younger black dude, like kind of lighter skin, not a caramel complex. He's not super brown. He's like lighter brown skin, and he travels all over, and he jumps on all these panels, and he just talks. I think people just have him talk because his accent. Americans are like captivated by British accents, and I guess from what you said that that the British are captivated by our accent when we go over there.
Yeah.
But like I said, man, listen, I've never been to Hawaii. It definitely sounds beautiful. Like definitely sounds picturesque, man. I love beaches, but I'm up here in northern Minnesota, we got a lot of lakes. So I'm surrounded by a lot of water. But it's man, look, we just got to get our money right. We just have to just keep supporting each other, man. Just keep spreading the word, IP. I'm talking about IP. I tell people about you every day, man. I got into a big argument, matter of fact, on Monday. And they called me a sexist. They said, oh, there's like boxes red pill. They said I'm red pill. Then one of the dudes in the chat said red pill equals sexist.
Dang.
I said
they don't want brother to travel. They don't want brother to travel. I'm telling you, man.
Guess what?
When the movement of this passport movement goes mainstream, right, and brothers start leaving America, a lot of women are going to turn feminine. I'm telling you right now, bro. I'm telling you this. But carry on, bro.
Remember, the dude said to me, this very same dude that called me red pill asked me about traveling. I asked him, I said, do you have your passport? Do you have a felony? Do you have misdemeanors and all like this? He said, he can't go to Canada. Why? Because first of all, he dresses like a thug, and you already know what they said. They're not letting you in. If you have any misdemeanors, they're not letting you in. If you have any court cases to do with drugs, they're not letting you in. So he can't come there. But I told him go to Colombia and all. Like, he can go south. But the crazy thing is that they try to shame brothers like us for not being willing to commit to these hyenas, right? And I get it. Listen, my own mother had 3 baby daddies. This same dude that I was arguing with, his mama had 2 different baby daddies. If not 3. If not 3. And then so I can accept my history, my past. But then they shame me for being realistic and say, I'm not going to kiss anyone's rear end. You see, I censored myself. I'm not going to kiss anyone's rear end. And we should not. We should keep it real. That's why I call myself Truth Box. And I don't care. I don't care. I'm telling you, like, I literally on Monday, battled 12 people. 12 people. They were jumping me, but they were losing. Because when you tell them the truth hurts. The truth hurts. All we can do, brothers, is just keep spreading the truth. The truth is your passport is freedom. And like I said, I will fight for that. I will die for that freedom. But our history of brothers sitting there sacrificing themselves for these daggles, man, no. No, I refuse. I would never re-sign up to protect these women. I wouldn't.
Thank you for calling in, Truth Box. You spoke a lot of game right there, a lot of intel. Thank you, bro. I'm gonna put you on mute, but again, thank you for calling in, bro. You know, that was
I'm headed
nice
downtown,
statement.
bro. I gotta go make this money. I'm gonna keep listening in the background. Peace.
Awesome. Take it easy, bro. All right, let me bring in Kenny Ross. How you doing, bro?
What's up, fellas? Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear, brother. My question to you is, how you doing, and how did you come across my channel in the first place, bro?
I'm doing excellent, fellas. Now that I stumbled across this this discussion, and actually I was sitting here doing some personal work, and I just happened to stumble across this discussion. I was on. Let me see here. I think I was on. Where was I? I was on. Oh, I was just watching a YouTube video on something, and I just happened to look down and I saw the title, and I said, "Oh, let me check this out." And man, there's so much to talk about. I am so glad that you guys are having this discussion, because I've been trying. Can you hear me?
So are you a new? So you're a new person. You're a new viewer to my channel. Literally, this is your first time.
I think I spotted you. I don't know, maybe like a couple months ago. There was another video of yours that popped up. I don't remember the one, but I remember seeing, because I remember the international passport. I don't remember what it was, but and I don't even know if I listened to it, but I do remember spotting another one of your videos.
Awesome. Thank you for calling in, bro. Appreciate you calling in to tell us the intel you want to tell us, bro, about Hawaii. Any questions to Prime Time, or any questions that's on your mind as well, bro?
Well, even before Hawaii, like I said in the chat, I've been traveling since I was 22. And the first country that I went to outside of the U.S. was the Dominican Republic, and that's when it all started. That was 2004, and that was it. It just completely just changed my whole world. Going to another country, meeting women from another country, and at that time I was heavily into Spanish, obsessed with it. So I went there to exercise my Spanish, to get better at it. And so while over there, of course, I met a ton of girls, and the way they treated me, I saw it was just like night and day from the US. And so I went back. I actually studied abroad 2005. Actually, before I studied abroad, I went back May of 2005, and then I went back August to December to study abroad. And man, I'm telling you, the women that I met over there, it was just like, I mean, it was just such a breeze to meet women. It was the way they treated me. It was just like, I mean, and a lot of them, because I have a mixed look, I come from a mixed background, so a lot of them thought I was Dominican. But even put that aside, just the way their energy towards me told me, I said, man, this is what every man wants. Not that we want women to bow down to us, but we want women, you want to feel wanted. That's the thing. And here in the US, you know, I don't really have a problem meeting women, but I think it's more of a frequency thing where most American women just don't vibe with my energy. And what's on the market in the US, it's just not for me. And so that's not to put down, you know, American women, but what's really out there. And I'm from Jersey, but I'm living in California now. And I'm telling you, Southern California, it ain't really offering nothing. Yeah, you may be able to see plenty of good looking girls of all ethnicities, but they're not really, their energy, they're especially it being very feminist here. So I say all that to say, when you go abroad and you see the way women, the way their energy towards you, like, you know, you feel like they really like men. And that's what you like. Not so much, because I've had a conversation with one of my buddies' father, and you know, and I was trying to tell him, I'm like, you know, and for some reason he would get offended. You know, I'm like, look, I don't know why you're getting offended by it, because I'm like, look, I'm not saying anything about your daughters. He just had this very like reactive, you know, like I don't know. He was just very reactive to the things that I would say when I would, you know, because I was, you know, I travel, and then, you know, and I'm very close with the family. So, you know, I would come back and, you know, and I would vent about my feelings about American women. And I told him, I said, look, when I go abroad, I have no problem meeting women. Absolutely no problem. And there's a reason for that. Okay. And he said, well, you know, yeah, because you're relaxed. And I'm like, because I'm relaxed. Well, I'm relaxed here. That's my personality. I'm very relaxed. So, you know, people can get offended when you talk about how women are outside of the US, because it's kind of like, oh man, you kind of crapping on women that I know. And I'm like, look, it is what it is. I'm not saying anything about your daughters. I'm not saying anything about anybody that you know. But from what I see on a daily basis in the United States is that women act very aloof. They act very, some of them even act superior. Like I have a former coworker who said that American women would die. No, I'm sorry. She said that American women would drown before they look at a man. So, and this is a Black woman, you know, so I call her my other mother, you know, she's like a mom. And so I say all that, fellas, to say that, you know, my experience outside of the US, all the countries I've gone to, I see the way women are, like, I see their energy towards men is completely different from the energy that you get from the women here. And that's why more Black men in general, because there's a lot of guys here that'll just take slop. They just take slop because this is what's on the market. This is what's on the market. Now let me ask, there's the thing, when I try to explain to people, I'm like, look, because I've been to I spent a lot of time in Dominican Republic, as I just explained. I've been to Spain 3 times. I've been to Colombia 3 times. I've been to Turkey. I've been to Morocco twice. I've been to Thailand. I've been to Cambodia. Okay. I've been to Mexico. All right. And all these countries, except for Spain, I wasn't really feeling Spanish women. Even in the South, there was more better looking women. The Spanish women to me came off more like women here, like very feminist. But all the other countries I've been to, women are very, very feminine. And I see the way like I said, I see the way their energy towards men is. They're very, you know, you get the eye contact. And because like my buddy said, you know, my buddy's dad said when we had this conversation a few years ago, you know, I was venting about it. I was like, man, there's something wrong. There's something wrong with women here. When you when, you know, like, and then this is what he said. He said, well, what do you want? Do you want them to bow down to you? See where the misinterpretation is? That's a
Yeah.
misinterpretation. I'm
Yeah.
not saying that I want women to bow down to me. I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying is that there is something that I'm picking up in their behavior, in their energy towards men. And the energy that I pick up is that they act very standoffish, aloof, kind of like they're superior, like you don't exist. And that's the thing. It ain't about a thing of like, I need your attention. It has nothing to do with that. I'm saying that it's not normal behavior, because when women truly like men, okay, when they truly desire men, they are looking, they are giving them their attention. Not that you're you're seeking their attention because it's like, I'm validated. No, that's a misinterpretation. What I'm saying is that all the other countries that I've been to, even in Spain, women look because it's that desire for a man. When they see a man, it's like, man, there goes a good-looking guy, you know? And that's the thing. It's like, I like the energy that I would get from women from other parts of the world. And that's the thing. It's like, more men need to wake up and understand that you don't need to settle for the local girl. I got a buddy down in Brazil.
There's more to black women than Keisha from the block.
Exactly. Or even Becky from your town, or you don't see. I think that, or before I get to that, I don't want to lose my train of thought here, but I got a buddy down in Brazil. He was really, really into Brazilian culture, Portuguese. He moved down there 2012, and but he's from Virginia. Now he has a son with his white girl from Virginia, and he said that by the time he started dating her, she had already been with 21 guys. And I said, I looked at him, and we're talking on Skype, and I looked at him. I said, Steph, what the heck, man? Are you serious?
Jeez.
Yeah. And so when he found out about the women down in Brazil, he started traveling to Brazil. It was like, oh man, are you serious? All this was down here? I didn't have to settle for that back up in Virginia. And that's what I'm saying. I think a lot of guys just take what's available.
Yep.
And see, once I started traveling at 22, when I went to the Dominican Republic, that's what really opened my eyes. I said, you don't need to settle for what's in your town, what's in your state, what's in your county. You don't have to settle for that.
You're right about all this, brother. I don't want to struggle on for too long, because prime time needs to go away. But do you have a question for prime time regarding Hawaiian women? Then that's another thing. In that sense, it seems like you have a lot to say out, but which is why I want you to get in touch with me on my social media platforms, and we can set up a live stream to speak about your experiences traveling, American women, etc., etc. But right now, can we ask prime time about Hawaiian women, Hawaii in general, and then we might have some questions for you afterwards, bro. Okay?
Oh yeah, definitely. Oh yeah, somebody did say here, Skateboard Stefan. There you go, buddy. There you go, Skateboard Stefan. He knows them. So anyway, yeah. So it just came up just a few days, or last week. My mom was telling me that I have a cousin getting married in Hawaii. So I was like, and she asked me what I want to go. I said, absolutely. I'm only 6 hours away. I'm only 6 hours away. And I told her I was already been thinking about going to Hawaii, because I'm like, man, I know there's a mix over there. You got a lot of Asians, Japanese, Korean. And I said, and then of course you have the native Hawaiian women. I said, yeah, I'm down for it. Let's do it. So my question is, what is it like? Because it seems like I heard that Hawaii does have a problem with drugs. A lot of people have a problem with drugs. And I'm like, I don't know. Is it very feminist? Or what are the women like? What is their energy towards men? Or at least...
I can say the ones I've encountered, like I said, a lot of them, most of the women I've encountered here were either Asian or like Polynesian. So the thing about them, they actually respect men, and like I said, they actually want men to like lead them just because of their culture. Of course, I've heard that you will have like your feminist-minded women. Like I said, we're still in America, you'll have it, but overall, a lot of family oriented too.
Yeah, I got no problem being with a Polynesian. Somebody that's just outside of U.S. culture because their minds have already been tainted with a lot of junk. So it'd be nice to
Right.
get with somebody, to meet somebody from a completely different culture. And I love brown skinned women, so that's perfect. I don't care Asian, if you Thai, Southeast Asian, whatever, Japanese. I love women of color. So the Polynesian,
Yeah.
as long as my thing is vibing with your energy. If you're very, very feminine, oh, we're going to get along. Because I'm very,
Yeah.
very masculine. So I can't be with somebody who is kind of like she's somewhat, or not even somewhat, like she exudes masculine energy. It wouldn't work. But there's a lot of guys that would settle for that, just to have somebody. But
guys who are settling for that, they don't have their passports. That's a problem
exactly.
here. A lot of guys need to stop being ignorant and realize there's more to your point of view than America. Even when I travel as well, I meet American people. It's all about America this, America that, America this, America that. Stop thinking about America all the time. If you're having problems, travel. Simple as that. But thank you very much, Kenny. I need to move on to the next caller, but stay on the line. I'll come at you later on, okay? I hope you answer your questions for you.
Yep.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks for that, bro. Let me bring in Thomas Demahin. How you doing, Thomas? You okay?
What's up, fam?
I'm all good, bro. I've got another classic live stream for you brothers to gain intel from. How are you finding the live stream so far?
Excellent. Absolutely excellent. I always wanted to go to Hawaii. And
sorry, carry on.
Yeah, Hawaii seems like a nice hotspot, man, because they're very traditional, Hawaii, and I want to touch on guys
Before you do that, Thomas, let me have a question for Primetime. Primetime, are you from New York or California?
No, I'm from Virginia.
Virginia,
from
okay.
Virginia. Yeah.
Right, carry on, Thomas.
I want to touch on. There's one thing that I want to touch on, and is guys who keep on addressing America when visiting.
Before you do that, bro, do you have any questions for Primetime regarding Hawaii?
Oh yes, sorry. Hi, Primetime.
What's going on?
I just wanted to ask, what are the best places for Black brothers to be exposed to Hawaiian culture? Like, what's the best places for tourists?
So I haven't been there yet, but they have a actual, in the North Shore area, they have a Polynesian museum, so you can learn about the history and stuff.
Nice.
They have various art galleries and stuff in Honolulu, in town, where it talks about where they have different pictures and statues of all the different kings and queens who ruled Hawaii before America took over and whatnot. So yeah, you can learn a lot from the museums and stuff out here.
Nice. And how has Hawaii been treating Black brothers? Like, if I go there as a UK brother, will I get a lot of success there based on my accent?
Yeah, just like IP earlier asked, being that you have an accent and you're black, you probably will do well here, especially with the accent. So, because it's something different.
Cool. Yeah, man, those are all the questions I have, and so far, so good, fam.
Awesome, Thomas. Now, you can ask about that original question you wanted, bro.
Yeah, I just wanted to address that. Guys who keep on mentioning America whilst visiting other, whilst traveling around the world, I don't understand, they need to stop treating their home country as the world, because it's not.
Very true.
They need, there are other women out there who are better than Keisha in the block. Keisha on the block, she'll disappear. Why don't you go for someone else like Gabriella or Esperanza? You know, like that's what I'm saying. I'm just taking notes, fam, because oh,
I'm just as lost as you are, Thomas. You know, I mean, me and Thomas are in the UK, right? And then we just see
Yeah.
UK brothers settling down for women who are just low value. Like I'm seeing brothers who are well to do good, but because of the whole community and how women are in this country, they feel like they have to settle for any woman who gives them attention instead of traveling. You know, brothers need to get their passports because there's more to what you see in your city, in your community, even your whole country. You know, if you travel, you don't have to settle. It's ridiculous to me. And I'm seeing brothers who are high value settling down for low value females. And it's sad to see. You know, it's very sad to see. Carry on, Thomas.
you're right, because it's how the like society tells them, especially the media. It programs them. It tells them that these are the type of women you need to stay for. But once you break through that programming, you start to see that, whoa, hold on a minute. I don't need to settle down because I'm worth more
Yeah,
than what the media tells me. And
correct.
that's why our passport is a ticket to success. When we
Very
travel
true.
abroad, the women that we meet, they are, well, these are women who your like grandparents were talking about, not what the media were talking about. Because
Hmm.
the foreign women, they represent the ideal values of what a woman should be. That's what I have to say, man.
Thanks for that, Thomas. Which is why, you know, I am big on image. And in my opinion, hip hop destroyed the image of the black man, but that'd be for another
Yes.
video. You know,
Yeah.
I'm just seeing a lot of black dudes wearing their pants or trousers below their boxers,
Oh
look like
man.
absolute clowns, you know, always wearing a tracksuit or sweatpants, as they call it in America, just not dressed elegantly. And it
Yep.
makes us all look bad, especially when our only media outlet is stupid rap music. But I'll come to that later on. I think Zach wants to add something to this. Go on, Zach.
Hey Thomas, how are you doing, man?
All good, man.
Yeah, and I completely agree with your statement with in terms of people believing that I don't know I don't know which specific part of the United Kingdom you're from, but like what you were saying about 2 minutes ago, you have people who believe that the United Kingdom is the whole entire world, right? So it's like when I'm trying to converse with them on how mannerisms, subconscious programming, and neuroplasticity, like how women from all across the world, like it's different. There's different tiers, and it's different throughout different regions of the world. They look at me like I'm crazy, you know. But again, I had to understand that they haven't really traveled. You know, I know people within the United States where they probably only traveled within the DMV area or probably within the entire Northeast. They've never been to the Western states. They've never been to any Midwestern states. They've never even been outside of the country. So when you're trying to explain to them how feminism affected a woman, how you see women from other countries and you notice how the behaviors and the mannerisms that they exemplify is completely different. They look at you like you don't know what you're talking about. So you just have to just take it with a grain of salt and just accept that, you know, they haven't really experienced your world or my world.
Yeah, thank you for that, Zach. Awesome sentiment there, bro. Again, very intelligent discussion we're all having here, brothers who have broken out the matrix. And it's great to see that, you know, the movement is more than just America and the UK. You know, even though it's the majority of the viewers of this channel, I'm seeing brothers from Africa, brothers from South America. Again, it's intel as well. So it's happy to see that the matrix is being broken bit by bit. Thank you for that, Zach. Let me bring in Kenpachi Alfonso from the anime Bleach. I used to watch that back in the day, bro.
Hey, IP.
Yeah,
After his questions, I'm gonna go ahead and bounce, and I'm gonna say one more thing before I leave after he's done too. So,
absolutely, bro. Definitely.
yep.
All right. Kenpachi Alfonso, what's up, bro?
Can you hear me?
Kenpachi, I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay. So yeah, my question is,
Hey,
as
no,
far as
sorry. Kenpachi, you sounding like you're speaking from a different dimension there. Your audio is
okay,
a bit iffy.
but hold on 1 second.
Sounding like you're speaking from space, from Pluto.
Okay.
I'm gonna put you.
Yep. Wait, give me a second. Let me work it out. Give me
All
one
right, I'm gonna
second.
put you on mute. I think prime time needs to go. But I don't wanna. You wanna say something last prime time, or should we wait for Alfonso prime time? It's up to you, bro. Prime time 757.
Oh, hello.
Should we wait for Alfonso to fix his audio issue, or do you want to say something last quickly? It's up to you.
I'm gonna say something real quick, and then he can ask his questions, then I'll bounce.
Okay, bro.
One thing about the women here too, like if you do like the online dating thing or like in general, like a lot of them don't really care about like how much money you spend on them too, because I noticed that like a lot of the dates that was going on with women or just like meeting them, I would do like either a hike or we meet up at like a coffee shop or something, or like sometimes I'd be like, let's go here, even though it wasn't to me, it wasn't that expensive. But then she'd be like, nah, I don't want you like spending that much, so let's go here. Like she'll like they'll do stuff like that too. So overall, the women here they're very appreciative too. Like they're not very stuck on money like that, because a good bit of them here have their own money too. So that's
Okay,
another thing to
so
keep in mind.
do they also split the bill, or do they expect the man to pay for the whole dinner?
So from my experience, I would say like majority of the time, even though I always like pay, a lot of times they would be like, you want to split it? And I'd be like, no, I'm good. And they'll be like, are you sure? Then I'd be like, yeah. Then they'll be like, oh, okay, I'm just trying to help you out. Like a lot of them do that too. Even the Asian chicks will do it from time to time too.
Okay, so if it's something cheap like coffee as well, like coffee's like $2, would she want to split the bill for coffee, or does she expect you to spend $4 for you and her?
I've had chicks say I'll pay for my own, and I'm like, no, I got you. And they're like, oh, you sure? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, oh, okay, thank you. Like stuff like that. Like a lot of them, they kind of try to like help you out a little bit, like if they can, because they do appreciate like you paying for it. And then there have been times where like even with my girl, like when we go out sometimes, she'll just be like, no, don't worry about it, I got it. Like she'll just do it anyway, because she's like, nah, you treated me enough. Like I
Damn,
feel like I owe you stuff like that. So.
damn! Oh my goodness, this is what brothers are missing. Oh my goodness, you won't hear that in the UK or in the US anymore. Oh, you're lucky over there, bro. Also, bro, has a Hawaiian woman ever paid for your meal for you and her meal, so you don't pay nothing at all?
That's happened to me a couple times, like maybe like 3 or 4 times since I've been here. Like even before I got with my girl, she did that one time, and then a couple of chicks I dated, they did it too. So
Awesome, thanks for that, prime time. Kenpachi Alfonso, you back?
I'm back.
Yeah, your audio is a lot more better, bro. Thank you, bro. How you doing, bro? You okay?
Man, I'm doing good, doing good. So,
Awesome. How did you come across my channel before, if I may ask?
I think it was fake because I was listening to some Kevin Samuels, and I was like, man, like man, what are the women like overseas, And then like for whatever reason, I saw your channel pop up, and I've been watching for a little while, and just really, I mean, it's been transformational for me. It's really opened my mind up to possibilities, and it's just been truly a blessing, man. So I thank God for you and what you're doing.
Thank you. Did it pop up during a Kevin Samuels video suggestion?
I think so. I think it did. This was a while back, but yeah, I think it did because I was watching a lot of Kevin Samuels, and I think it popped up.
That's fantastic, bro. Do you have any questions for Prime Time 757?
Yeah, two questions before he leaves. So what are the black women like there? You may have answered it. I was kind of on and off because I was taking care of some things. But what are the black women like there in like Hawaii?
So just skimming through, like I said, dating apps here are a thing. Just skimming through, there are actually some attractive ones here. Like I'm not even gonna lie to you. But you do have some when you run into their profiles, they have like the typical stuff like them talking about what they want and what they won't accept. Like
Uh,
it's a lot of them can be superficial too, but then you do have your ones, you'll meet the ones who are like nerds too, that they be cute, but they're like nerdy and they like doing like outdoor type stuff and they be in shape and stuff. So you do have those out here as well.
okay, awesome. And then
Yep.
my second question, you may have answered this. I am a fiend for the Latinas. Um,
hmm
are they out there? And in the words of International Passport, are they checking for brothers?
Latinas, I haven't ran into any, but I know somebody in my unit was saying that sometimes you can find like South American chicks here like visiting, and he said
Yeah.
there's some that live here too. I haven't ran into any, but he said that you will run into like some Brazilian chicks here too.
Mm, okay. Okay. That's legit. And then what are some things that some of the women, Hawaiian women, Asian women, what are some of the things that they look for, when you're, I guess like some things that like when you maybe cold approach or if you meet them out and about, what are some things that they really look for in that initial conversation?
Initial conversation, for the most part, they try to see if you have like anything going for yourself, like goals and whatnot, because that's like a big thing here too. A lot of the women say like they don't that they like guys who like are well put together, dress well, smell good, and have something going. So that's why I was like, when you come here, like it's good to like get involved in like real estate or like have some kind of income coming in and have something going for yourself. Because they do like men who are like well put together, especially black men. So
Okay. Um, those are the main questions that I had. I did want to say that for a lot of us brothers, one of the reasons that really drew me to the channel was the fact that you know like many like basically every person that's on this call, you work hard. You work hard to stay in shape. You work hard to provide, be able to make good money so you can be able to take care of family or whatever it is, have a wife, kids one day, whatever it is. And we really deserve to have a woman who is going to have our back and be there at the end of the day, because I mean, you do all this work, you work extremely hard, and then to come home to a woman who doesn't respect men, to a woman who's complaining about this, that, and the other, a woman who, isn't content with peace in the home, a woman who doesn't, like feels it is slavery to cook, clean, press the clothes when you're going out day in and day out to be able to provide a lifestyle. And so that's why I'm a big proponent of traveling. I myself, it's something that I haven't gotten because of COVID, and I haven't gotten a chance to, but I am planning my trips to begin. I will be starting off with that Vancouver. Sounds amazing, and I'll be making making my rounds, probably Germany number 2. But I do want to experience a lot of the things that International Passport and a lot of the guys have been talking about, because I mean, you get one life, and so you deserve to have a woman to be that values you, that values your work ethic, where you're dressing nice, you're dressing professional, they respect you. And I would just say that the other day I was listening to International Passport, one of his other ones, where he's talking about, um, you know, in the States and in UK, the black women seem to prioritize like that thug
Yep.
gangster guy, even above men, professional black men who have doctorates, who have professional things, and they
Yep.
prioritize those guys
hmm
over decent good guys, and that takes a lot of work to get to
hmm
that level. So
Yep.
it's like, if I'm not going to be appreciated for putting in all this work, I'm gonna go overseas and get with a woman who can appreciate and take care of me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
There you go.
I mean, the more they take care of you, the more as a man, you like, you know what? I'm gonna give this woman the absolute best and enjoy myself.
But
So
hold up, Alfonso. Do not simp. Please don't bring American simping over to. No, I'm being serious now. I'm being serious because
Yeah.
simps have actually ruined America. America is the world of simping, in my opinion. It's where
definitely,
simping started, and it started spreading all around the countries. Right?
definitely.
It all started from
That's
rap music,
true.
talking about I'm a fly her out, I'm gonna pay for her shoes, I'm gonna buy her a Birkin bag. Shout out to Migos for the top notch simping. You
Oh
know,
yeah,
please
definitely.
don't bring that over here to these other countries because you're
No,
talking
trust me,
about
I
give.
won't.
No, bro, you're talking about give her the world, dude.
No, no.
You are 5 inches away from simping full on. Please,
Well,
please, bro.
I don't mean give her the world. I just mean like, you know, when you're in a relationship with someone, you know what I'm saying? Like you have their back. And that's what I mean. I don't mean like go out and buy things for her, but I mean like, you know, like if you're with someone, you're gonna make sure they're good. So that's what I'm talking about. But like, yeah, I mean, you go out, you work, you do what you need to do, and then you know you're with a woman who appreciates that, you know. So yeah,
Definitely. Hey, thanks for that, Kempachi. Please stay on the line, bro. I'll come at you later on. Thank you,
okay,
bro.
definitely.
Prime time. I know you have to go. I want to say a
Yep.
big
Yep.
thank you for joining this live stream for spitting game about Hawaiian women. Please do call in the future and give your thoughts. And do you have any last comments before you leave, bro?
And like I said, brothers, just keep being productive, man. Like I said, we are more desired than people think. I mean, than we think. So don't let people tell you otherwise. All right.
Definitely, and that's a good point. Prime time. I'm gonna expand on that even further, but I'll leave you to it, bro. And definitely call in when you have some free time, bro.
All right. Thanks for having me, IP. All right, fellas.
All right, take it easy, bro.
All
All
right.
right. Let me address Young Han's statement here. These weak, please don't swear, but rappers don't represent most Black American men. That is true, but you know, the media only puts out a certain type of black dude. You know, that's my problem with the media at the moment. It's always the rapper, always the athlete, but we don't see professional black brothers. We don't see that. So it's very clear to me that they want black rappers to represent the majority of black men in the UK and in America. And that's a fact. Although they don't represent us in real life, the media is what they push out. And I'm sorry to say this, but rap has been a detriment to the minds of many young brothers. So please stop wearing your pants before your boxers, okay? Stop dressing in sweatpants every day. Go out there and buy a suit, buy a decent t-shirt, buy some nice shoes, and dress like a man. You got dudes in their 40s still dressing like teenagers, talking about, I'm gonna buy streetwear, I'm gonna buy the new Supremes. Get out of there with that. Come on. Kenny Ross, what's on your mind, bro?
Okay, here I am. This goes back to the English brother, and he said, "Well, do you think that I could do very well because of my accent?" Now, this is the thing. I don't think he needs to worry about his accent. It's about the way you carry yourself. It's about the way you speak. It's about your personality. Um, are you able to, have a good conversation? Are you a good conversationalist? You know, do you exude a masculine aura? Are you able to lead? She can pick up all these things. So I think that you don't want to be so focused on, well, can I get women based on my accent? That's very small minded, and not to belittle you anyway by saying. I'm just saying that your mind needs to be on a different level. Don't focus, if he's still listening, don't focus on your accent. Well, can I use this to my advantage? Say, okay, can I Am I able to hold a conversation with this girl? Can I just let loose and let out my real personality that's going to make her feel comfortable and make her want to be with me, be around me, hang out with me? Are you well groomed? Are you just carrying yourself like a man? That's where your mind needs to be. So don't worry. So don't focus so much on your accent. This goes for other guys. They're like, oh man, can I get girls based on this? It's like, no, just focus on your masculine aura, the way you're coming across, the way you speak to her, the way just the way your energy, they'll be able to pick up on that, your conversation skills and all of that. So I think men, their minds go off to the wrong things. Can I use this to get girls? It's like, no, you're a man. You should be able to hold a conversation and be able to, just really let your personality out and just be comfortable. Just act cool and, and that's it. I think, you don't want to overthink it. Because when I was in, the countries that I said, and I met the girls, I would just, of course, in Spanish speaking, Colombia or Dominican Republic, I was just having a good time. I was practicing my Spanish, I was flirting, I was showing them who I was. But at the same time, they could see, okay, this guy works out, I could obviously see that they were attracted to me. And they saw the way I was, and it wasn't this one thing that I was thinking in my head, well, maybe I can use this to get them. I said, nah, I know I'm very confident in my ability to hold a conversation. And my Spanish was very good at that time because, like I said, I was obsessed with Spanish. So I was it was day and night, always on it. So by the time I got to DR, I was able to flex my Spanish, and that was very attractive. However, that was one thing, I think that was probably one of the main things that attracted them to me because I was American. But at the same time, they're like, wow, this American, he kind of looks like us, but and his Spanish is really good. So, but it wasn't just that. I think it was, it was a conglomeration of many things. They saw, it's like, oh, well, you can obviously see that I'm athletic, I work out, it's Spanish. He seems cool, his personality, he's laughing, he seems very, very, he seems very confident. He seems, comfortable in his own skin. And I think that's what it is. So I just want to reinforce this,
Thanks,
I just want to
bro. Appreciate that, Kenny. I've got to skip through this very quickly. Okay. Thank you for that. Thank you for that, bro. All right. Thomas Demahin, you want to say something, bro, about regarding conservative women?
No, I agree with everything you said. He's absolutely correct. And I think it's all just about applying yourself when visiting other countries. Yeah. Well, I like to visit other countries. Everything like you said, like learning the culture, learning the native language. It's all I like that. I like doing that as well. So I think that guy's correct. So thanks about that. Thanks for that, brother. I wanted to discuss more on what the media's perception of black men are, and I'll come. And there was one Candace Owens video that really put a smile on my face about conservative women. But coming back to the media's perception of black men, I honestly think it's not all, but some black people, they promote that type of stuff. So in every culture, there's an underbelly. Our underbelly is ghetto culture, and we've allowed the ghetto culture to be standardized for how black people should be. We normalized it. So whenever I hear other people from other ethnicities say, "Oh, I don't like black people," it's not because that they're racist, fam. It's because of what the media has shown them. The media has shown them that ghetto culture is what black people are all about. We're all about black on black violence, being promiscuous. You have all these nonsensical, ratchet women like Cardi B or Backchat London, and I'm like, I understand why they do that because it's the media's perception. It's how the media has programmed certain people to see to think this is how black people are. That's why, fam, black people are not judged as individuals. We're judged as a collection.
Mm.
And when you have positive role models like Sean Bailey, like ourselves, for example, who broke through the matrix, and you try to reason with these types of people who only see things on a surface level, you get pushback. I got pushed back when on Facebook, and I got banned for 21 days. And
For what?
it's a real, because I remember the time I told you, fam, that I was discussing the major problems in the black community, and I got pushed back on Facebook, and I got banned for 21 days. Remember that time I told you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got banned for 21 days for discussing the problems in the black community, and I was providing solutions, like trying to be friendly to everyone, but no, they didn't. Black people, they didn't allow it. So I was like, it's all good because you just have to differentiate people who are like you, who are positive thinkers, like brothers here, and just you know stop focusing on guys who are lost and they want to promote self-destruction. Do you know that Lil Nas video? That Lil Nas music video that was
I don't want to talk about that guy
I know, but
on my channel.
that's
Yeah.
a good example of just destruction, and
Yeah,
that
just
was
absolute nonsense, you know, and he'll be
yes,
dealt with
yes,
accordingly. But I don't even want to talk about that idiot
yeah,
on my channel. Let's
yes,
skip that nonsense. I'm not in the
yeah,
mood for it, to be honest. That just made me really angry. But carry on, Thomas. Apart from that topic.
yeah, yeah. There's one video that Candace Owens was talking about, and it was about how women are just lost these days. When she was talking about women used to have self dignity, it was because of the feminist movement and this whole leftist ideology that women can have sexual freedom, women can belittle men. They want to hate men all the time. They think men are the source of their problems, when in actuality, it's not like that. There are bad men and there are good men. The bad men, they're being dealt with, and the good men are the one you should be going after. She spoke about one time that when she was having dinner with President Trump, you know what, she came home early from work, and she cooked a meal for not only for Trump but for her husband, and she said that was one of the best things I've ever done in my whole entire life.
Mm.
And she's saying that, oh, what do you mean? I haven't dinner with President Trump. Like, no, 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 no. Just being a housewife. And she said, I love being a housewife because I'm taking care of my husband. Because I know that he's providing for me out there. And when he comes back home and I've done all this for him, he knows that I I admire him as the man he is. Not by his money, not by his status, but the fact that he's going to work, providing, but no, just fighting for me, whilst I'm fighting for him. But whilst I'm fighting for him, it's amazing, and me cooking this meal for him is his reward, and being the best wife I can be. When I heard that, fam, when I heard that, I was like, this woman's amazing. This woman is amazing. This is the type of woman us brothers should be going after. Say what you want about our political views, but the fact is, she says that I rather be a good woman and a good wife rather than like a good political activist. That says a lot about Candace Owens. That shows that she values family. She values just conservatism more than just materialistic or superficial nonsense that's been promoted in media today.
Thanks for what am I talking about? Thank you for that, Thomas. That was incredible. I agree with every single line you said. Bring back conservative culture in the community, in the Black community specifically. In fact, in all communities, because this all this liberation, all that stuff, sleeping around, I'm not really for it, to be honest. You know, I've always said this, right? All this STDs, STIs going around is all due to people sleeping around excessively. Maybe that's a message from nature that human beings shouldn't be sleeping around with 50 people in 1 year or 100 people in 1 year. That's not how our body should be working as. Maybe we stick with as few people as possible, or even one person for the rest of our lives. Maybe that's a sign, you know, but liberal culture tells you go and do what you want, go and fling your body around. And then, you know, it's just nonsense to me, in my opinion. Aaron B and Frank Harris, you're both going on timeout because I don't know what you guys are on at the moment. So please, I'm going to put you in the naughty corner. You guys are just, I don't know what you guys are on. Frank Harris is getting a bit annoyed, so I'm going to put you guys on timeout. Please cool down while you're on timeout, okay? And Frank Harris too, to put you on timeout. Thank you, Thomas. Now, I think Miss International, you've been very patient. What's on your mind, bro?
There's nothing really on my mind. I'm sitting here talking to my pops and stuff, talking about his past and stuff like that, and talking about his trips overseas. We're sitting over here watching the playoffs, man. And I was just telling him about this channel that I be watching, and about how overseas the women are more feminine than America, and he just seemed to agree. And here's a story, man, that y'all might like. My dad was in the military. When he went to Japan, because I know we talk about Japan a lot. When he went to Japan, he had a wife. He had a wife in Japan, but more of the story is, just like how we be talking. He extended his trip. He extended his trip for a while, but he ended up moving back to the States because, you know, first of all, he didn't want to bring her back to the States and get contaminated by, like, come on, feminism, and also, yeah. So I had to talk to him about that, man. I thought that was very interesting.
And when was this? What year was this, actually?
1981.
1981.
Hey, how you doing? How you doing, man? You okay?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
Hey, I'm doing all good, bro. I'm doing all good. Your son is a genius. You know, he's getting the intel he needs at this early age to navigate through life, to meet the woman that will assist him, who will be feminine for him and to him. And him watching my videos, being on the panel is very good. You know, I'm sure you know, sir, that feminism in America has become too much. It's a different variation of feminism where they hate men, they say men are trash, they belittle men, and I don't want your son to be going through that. So I'm encouraging your son to get his passport, to travel all around the world to meet foreign women. And even if your son is only into black women, guess what? There are black women in Africa, there are black women in Germany, there are black women in Morocco, all feminine and very different from black American women. The problem is in the black community in America, it's for me, from what I see, it's all about America to them. It's all about the next girl from the block. That there's no other black woman exists all around the world, and that's wrong. And that's where our community is going wrong. Now, if you get your passport, you realize that, wow, you know, I've never met such a feminine woman like this in my life. What is going on? What is going on in America? So Mr. International, your son is a genius for doing what he's doing. So you as a dad, you should be proud of him because he's young, he's getting his intel right now, and he will become very successful in life, sir.
Understood. I just do believe that there's black women that's all over the world. And one of the biggest problem is women being westernized. You know, when it comes down to other women around the world, and I've been around the world several times. And the thing about it is their culture. It's a culture. It's a way of life. And in most countries, the women, they love to take care of their men. It's so different. The women, as when they're walking together from little girls on up, they were brought up under a different culture. They walk hand in hand. They're just friends. You know what I mean? They grow up differently. It's a different type of group. And I do encourage them as well to travel the world as much as he can to see what's going on. And there's a rainbow out there for everyone, you know, so it doesn't matter about black women and there's just women of color, period.
Okay, yeah, definitely. I've always said that, you know, date a woman who is culturally similar to you. Like personally, I would date a black conservative woman over a black liberal woman, or I would date a conservative Asian woman over a black liberal woman. You know, it's all about culture. Culture is very important. Do you agree, sir?
I very much so agree. Very much so. Liberation. That's, you know, it's another new term, not that long old. You know what I mean? You know, and so women didn't care about liberation at a point. You know, they cared about just taking care of and living the way they knew their grandmothers lived and their grandmothers before them. And all of a sudden, this new culture came about. You know, liberation. So yeah, I agree with that one. You know, because it's just a different type. Because then you'll get to meet someone that's eye to eye. Don't mind viewing things the same way you view it. Not all about an I, it'll be about a we.
Yeah, and by the way, like you say, IP, we're not here to bash any race, not the women for America. You know, we're here to be enlightened and just, you know, check our options. I'd rather travel around the world and look at all my options and then choose a wife than to choose a wife automatically and never travel the world. So that's kind of where I'm looking at it at.
Definitely. A question for your dad. Would you prefer your son to date and marry a black woman?
Absolutely. I don't.
Sorry, carry on.
My preference would be that because he'll be marrying someone that's like him. I think that real love is real love. When you date outside your race, there's obstacles and challenges that you're going to have to face. And if you decide to do that, that's fine too. You know what I mean? If that's but I think that within your own race and things like that, you do have a connection, you have understanding and things like that, and you know, and sometimes why go through it? Why do you ask that question?
Because I asked that question because it's clear that there's a huge disconnect, not only in America, it's happening in the UK too, between black men and black women and black boys and black girls. Okay, so for America, it would be, you know, black American men and black American women. Now, you being a black American man yourself, sir, would you prefer Mr. International to date and marry a black American woman, or would it be okay if he suddenly found a black woman from Ghana, he liked her, and he gets married to her, even though she is black Ghanaian and she's not black American woman? Would that be a problem for you, sir?
It is not important to me whether she's an American black woman or she's an Italian black woman, you know what I mean? Or from Ghana, a black woman. That's not important to me, you know. We kind of get away from that. We're from the same place. We might have migrated differently, but to be us is different. It's just great being us, you know. So I wouldn't care if he married a black woman from Ghana or any or internationally, any kind of way. It just wouldn't bother me.
Yeah, thank you for that, sir. And Thank you. Your message is very powerful there because I want Black American men to realize that, there's more to Black women than Keisha from the block.
Uh-huh.
There's more to Black American women than Shakisha from the block. The Black woman you've grown up with in America, if you're having problems with Black American women, but you still prefer Black women, you need to travel. You need to go to Africa. You need to go to Ghana, Rwanda, Germany, Morocco, Australia, where you will meet Black women that are different from Black American women. I feel like Black American brothers, Black UK brothers too, they have bad experiences with the women in their community, and they rule out Black women completely. In my opinion, I think that's wrong.
It is.
I feel like you should travel, and meet other groups of Black women. Do you agree with that, sir?
I absolutely do agree with that. I look at this, especially in this generation and maybe a generation before that, you're likely right. They had a bad experience. When I was growing up, it wasn't that kind of experience what they're experiencing that, so it's causing them to separate, disconnect from them. But yes, if you just go ahead and really reach out there and really start to understand them, Black women, whether it be an American Black woman or another one, just reach out and really understand them, because sometimes I don't know where the disconnect happened at, but I've been with my wife 30 some years, and my wife's a Black woman. Anything about it, she's a Black Indian.
Well,
she's all Black, but you can see the Indian in it. And 35 years, and they're just,
well, international passport. I would like to say one thing. Speaking on my mom and dad's marriage, and I said this in previous lives. Well, in America, there is about a good 25%, 20% of women, Black women in all colors, that aren't feminine, and they still live in America. So I kind of, even my mom, she's a tough soul and all that, but she is feminine, and like she's in that category of the 20% out of the 80%. So there's 80% that's just absolutely horrible, and then my dad just seemed to, back in the day before all this stuff started to hit the fan, he found one of them feminine girls before it hit the fan. So I just put my dad in that 20% category.
But I feel like if you're born in America, if you're raised in America, it's very easy for American women to switch up very quickly to a feminist mindset and ideology, because we see feminism being promoted in music videos, in high school, in college, in jobs. So even though, right, you can date a woman and she's feminine, how do you know that a year from now she will continue being feminine, especially growing up and living in America? There's a risk there. What's your thoughts about that, Mr. International?
Well, my thoughts about that is that you can just tell when a lady is genuine, because from my experience, the two girlfriends that I did have, I have talked to plenty of girls. The two girlfriends I did have, one came straight from Puerto Rico, you know what I mean, and one straight from Colombia, like literally off the boat. So that really, and they were exactly how you imagine them. They cared about the man first, and they had dreams and aspirations, but they also wouldn't have minded being a housewife and stuff. So practically what I'm saying is, in America, you can tell if she's feminine or not, and you can tell. It's just if you heard of Hollywood, man, Hollywood is so phony and stuff, man. These girls are just phony, man, and they can't hide being a feminist, because they're talking about scamming and cash apping and finessing and all that, man. This is in their DNA. They can't hide it. Automatically, just from example. And the guys that are simps, they know it too. They're just simps. That's why they're in a situation where they get cheated on by them. they know it. It's a scary and just social media just ruined it. But you definitely know, man.
That sounds beautiful. You don't mind, right? I think all that sounds great, but I think that, let's just say, a black woman. One thing we have to be fair about is this: that's where they're from. That's where they grew up, and that's where they're from. That's where they grew up. That's the only thing they know. But you got to also, just to be fair, they would like to have someone special as well too, and it's a matter of choice. They have to choose. They really have to choose how do you want to live, and you have to choose. And once they make that choice, then that woman will be more apt and willing to do and to grow together with another black man. So they can't help where they're from, because that's where they were born. They can't help that. It's just a matter of choosing. So no matter if a woman grows up to make $100,000 and her husband makes $50,000, you know what I mean? The thing is, she has to choose. Am I going to walk with this man? Am I going to choose to be his wife? Am I going to choose to honor, love, and obey this man? And when they make that choice and two can see eye to eye, then it becomes really good. It's just always a matter of choosing. So they have to choose wisely, always. And that's what I believe.
100% facts. Thank you for that, sir. Miss International Dad, thank you very much for your input on this discussion. Thank you. Your wiseness and your experience there have definitely left a mark on all the viewers in this live stream. So thank you very much, sir. Miss International, again, thank you, bro, for calling in and again giving your opinion. Stay on the line, bro. Bro. I'll come back to you later on for some last questions, okay?
All right, bro.
Awesome. That was awesome, Miss International. Let me go on to who's not spoke for a while now. Audemars Chizzy. How you doing, bro?
I'm doing fine, man.
You okay?
Yeah, man, I'm good.
That's fantastic, bro. How are you finding the live stream so far?
I'm finding it good.
That's what's up. That's what's up. What's on your mind, bro, regarding the live stream first, and any questions you want to speak on?
I want to ask: does Canadian women love Jamaican men?
Yeah. Reggae is very popular all around the world. Even in Germany, I know for a fact they check heavy for Jamaican dudes, especially if you have dreadlocks. So you're good on that if you're Jamaican, bro. And in Canada as well.
What about Colombia?
Colombia, I'm not too sure. I'd have to inquire about that for you to see what it is. But if you're a brother, if you dress well, if you come across very well, it shouldn't be a problem.
Oh, I'm just asking because I've been watching your old videos about how you dress.
Yeah.
Yeah, I learned a lot from you, man. I've been watching your live streams. I've been trying, but I'm using somebody's hotspot, so I ain't gonna be here too long.
Oh, I see. Okay, the internet. Okay, yes, bro. So what else is on your mind, bro?
Well, I watch a lot of your videos, man. You're right, man. They love Jamaican brothers, man, because I got an auntie in Canada. And the Japanese love,
sorry, bro.
they kind of love Jamaican brothers too. Yeah.
You're Jamaican, aren't you? Sorry? Audemars. Okay, Audemars is Audemars. Are you Jamaican?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So what were you saying about Japanese women? I missed that.
Are they attracted to Jamaican men?
I mean, Jamaican men are brothers, right? They're brothers, so it shouldn't be an issue, bro. You're a brother, so it shouldn't be a problem. And you don't even sound Jamaican; you sound American.
Yeah.
So I don't know why you feel like it may be a problem for you. I'm sure they do, but even if they don't, you've got the accent. You sound American, bro. So it shouldn't be a problem for you. If you're sounding like, proper like a Rastafarian Jamaican, but you don't sound like that, so it shouldn't be a problem for you, brother. All right, dude.
Yeah, I'm good.
Cool. Is that all you have?
Yeah, that's all I got. I was trying to ask you, but you was talking. I didn't want to interrupt y'all.
No, sorry, bro. You know, when people go off to speak in depth about certain topics, I try to give them a good time slot for them to say what they want to say and not cut them off. But thank you for being very patient, Alderman Chizzy. You sure
Yes.
that's all you have to say? Are you sure?
Yeah. That's all.
Okay. Thank you for calling in, bro. Put yourself on mute. I will be closing the stream in 10-20 minutes time. So if you want to call in right now. The live stream link is pinned. In the meantime, I strongly encourage you guys to get in touch with me throughout social media. Any questions you have regarding traveling, stocks, crypto, advice, how to navigate in life, what industries to work in, get in touch with me because I give good advice. So here's my Twitter. Follow me on Twitter. Subscribe to me. Here you go. Here's my Twitter. I wanna get quite big on Twitter so I can push out the passport movement through there. So I need your retweets. I need your likes and all that stuff to push out this YouTube content. So follow me on Twitter. I'm also on Instagram as well. So follow me on IG. DM me regarding any questions you have. I'll get back to you. I also have a private Facebook group. It's popping right now. We got brothers like Thomas and other brothers who give very good travel intel, and me too. So definitely follow me on my request to join my Facebook group. I will check out your content to see if you're a troll or not. I don't want any trolls on that Facebook group, so look out for that. If I reject you, it's because I think you might be a troll. So when you request to be in my Facebook group, do not be trolling on the live streams or anywhere else in the comments of my videos. Okay, now let me go back to Kenny Ross. Make it quick though, Kenny.
Yeah, you know what? And I'll make this quick. This whole thing about shoot, because I waited so long. I wanted to say, I think a lot of men just need, or a lot of brothers, like I said, men in general, need to just travel, because when you travel and
Hold up,
you
Kenny.
meet.
Sorry, Kenny. Before you carry on any further, anyone who's new to this live stream, can you please hit the like button? Your likes will allow YouTube to push this content to other brothers who need this intel. Like I said, we cannot be selfish. We cannot keep this intel to ourselves, and we want this intel to reach as many brothers out there. So please hit the like button. Carry on, Kenny.
So men need to understand that once you see how women treat you in other parts of the world, you're going to have a confidence boost. And I think from what I'm hearing from some of the guys that are calling in, I think that there is a lack of confidence. They need to have this reassurance that, okay, if I go to this country, will they be attracted to me? Like I said, it's all about the way you carry yourself. If you're well put together, it doesn't matter. If a girl likes you, where you're dark skinned, dreads, or locks, it doesn't matter, because there's going to be a girl that's going to see that and it's going to attract her. She may like a brown skinned guy or a light skinned guy. They may just like dark skinned guys. So I think men, they got to understand that you have to travel, interact with the women, not even interact. You'll just see signs of interest. They'll be giving you choosing signals. They be looking, they're going to look. If they like you, then right away that you know. So I think a lot of men lack confidence, and they think that, oh well, are they going to like me? If I'm Jamaican, are they going to like me if I'm English? Are they going to like me if I'm whatever? Like the message of your channel. Get your passport and just travel. That's what it's about, getting out there, experiencing. So that's the thing. You don't have to have this, in your mind that, oh, well, are they going to be attracted to me if I'm this ethnicity or this nationality? Just get your passport and travel. Pick a place. If you're interested in Latin America, go to Latin America. Go to Colombia, Dominican Republic, Peru, wherever, Brazil, wherever you want to go. If you want to go to Africa, pick a country, get into it, dive into the culture, read about it, maybe start hooking up with people over there. Europe, wherever, Asia, go out there, travel, and then you will see. That's what's going to give you your answer, because they're calling in. They want to know, well, do they like Jamaicans, Canadians like Jamaicans?
Well, hold
Women.
up. Let me counteract your point, right? Because I'm a huge advocate of using a unique part of you to get women. So whether it's you being American, you from the UK being Jamaican, if that's what gets you women, then use it to the full exploit. Because let me tell you this, right? When you go down to Canada as an American brother, what differentiates you as a black man, as a black American man, from a black African man is your American accent. Therefore, women will gravitate more towards you. So, which is why men are asking, do they check for Jamaican brothers, Barbados brothers? Because you being American gives you leeway to meet all these gorgeous women. So, which is why in Japan, like what's his name said, Primetime said that Japanese women will look at you for a long time to decide if you're African or Black American. If you're African, they ain't checking for you. If you're Black American, they are checking for you. So I feel like your point is wrong there, but I'll let you finish on very quickly, bro. It has to be very quick. It has to be quick. Okay?
Yeah, and I get what you're saying, but with me, it's like I said, I come from a mixed background. So when I was in wherever I've gone, they think that I'm from there. So when I was in Morocco, I had people asking me everywhere I went, "Are you Moroccan?" A lot of people think I look Arab. When I was in Turkey, they think they didn't know. When I told the guy in the souk in Morocco, when he asked me where I was from, I said US. He said, you should have saw the look on his face. It was like, you're American? And he said, and he kind of gestured rubbed his skin. It's like, because he thinks in the US it's just white people. But when I started traveling other parts of that region, like when I went to Turkey, they thought that I was Arab. I even get it here in the US. People think that I'm Arab, or they think that I'm Hispanic. So I'm just saying, that when I travel, it's going to be completely different. People don't think that I'm American. I had one person in Colombia, she said, you look like maybe you're American or maybe from the UK, but there were a lot of Colombians that thought that I was, because I asked them, he said, where are you from? And this is 2016. He said, where are you from? And I said, where do you think I'm from? In Spanish. He says, Brasileño. I said no.
Oh, okay,
said,
all right, bro.
I'm just making a point that.
All right, hold up, bro. I need to quickly go for everyone else. It's pretty late here over in the UK.
Okay.
But thank you, bro. Okay, thank you, bro. Okay, I'm gonna put you on mute. Thank you, bro. What's his face? Someone, AGE. Can you call in again? I don't know why you're not coming through, but call in again, and it should work in the live stream. Now let me go on to Thomas Demian. What's up, Thomas? What's your last point you want to say in this live stream, bro?
Can you hear me, fam?
Loud and clear.
One thing I have is I was gonna discuss on conservatism. Conservatism, in my opinion, brothers, you understand, despite your political beliefs, look for one thing in a woman. Is she conservative? Because in conservatism, it brings structure. It allows you to be attuned with your culture, traditions, and it promotes family structure. That's why I believe conservatism is good. That's why a lot of us guys, as we're speaking right now, we're promoting conservatism, and that's a great thing because we value family, we value tradition, and we value just strong morality. And international passport, I say I thank you again, brother. 'Cause your work is impeccable, in my opinion, and keep up the good work, fam. Because I'm telling you right now, fam, once all the restrictions are been lifted, yeah, we're gonna be living the dream abroad, fam. That's a guarantee, fam. So I say thanks for the work, fam.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate that, Thomas. Fellow UK brother, I appreciate that, bro. Your contributions to this live stream have been very important. Your ideas, your concepts, your thoughts, the way you think, the way you formulate your thoughts have been very incredible within my recent live streams. And I like the fact that you have conservative values and you're looking for conservative women. You know, as soon as those borders open up in Japan, in Vancouver, in Montreal, bro, you're going to do so well, brother. And my videos are for you to prepare yourself as to when so many foreign women are chasing after you. So thank you, brother, for calling in, and thank you for your kind words. Kempachi Alfonso, do you have any last words, bro?
Yeah, I just wanted to say, in regard to the brothers that have never been out overseas, I'm a big proponent of Kevin Samuels as well. But it gets to a point. I think you said it on one of your other videos that.
Sorry, dude. What is that background noise?
Are we good now?
Yeah, it's like you went in some alleyway.
Yeah, I'm in my
some game.
Yeah, I'm about to walk inside my apartment, but I was in my car.
Right, carry on, bro.
So I'm a big I watch Kevin Samuels, but at the same time, you said it one time where it's like you can watch that all day. I'm a very action-oriented individual, and so we can watch that stuff, but we got to start taking action to get the type of women that we want. And so I think a lot of brothers, they're so stuck in their comfort zone of just what they see right in front of their faces, and they've never experienced like going overseas and really being valued the way that that should be valued, that they just stay where they're at. And I think the work that you're doing right now, I think it's really helping to open up minds, hearing the stories, seeing the pictures of actual women that, that they can actually how they're being appreciated. Your piece on I think it wasn't Estonia, but it was another place. I forgot the exact place, but you were talking about how the lady grabbed you by your face and looked at you and said you have beautiful eyes, and so I just want to empower other brothers as well to step outside of your comfort zone and go out and see these women. Start like we're all saying right now, prepare yourself, get your passport, start getting things lined up so that you can be able to enjoy a life where you're valued as a Black man outside of the US and the UK. So appreciate all that you do, brother, and keep up the good work.
Thank you, bro. That was incredible. Yes. Just to back up your point, you can watch Kevin Samuels videos all day, right? You can agree with him. You can laugh at the woman who, he checks in every single live stream. But what are you doing personally in your life? Are you just going to sit down, on your computer, watch Kevin Samuels videos and be like, yeah, he's right. He's right. He agrees with me. But what are you doing in your life to get the woman you want? Because we know that American women in the West, something's just not going right with them in terms of dating, in terms of meeting them. And Kevin Samuels is showing us that, okay, so that's a confirmation that it's true. So what are you doing in your life personally to get the woman you want? You need to travel, which is why I said that Kevin Samuels is the first step. And then you find me to break out the matrix. Kevin Samuels is right. So how do I not meet women like these who call into Kevin Samuels' show? You start doing your research, then you start thinking, I wonder how women in Cuba are compared to American women. I wonder how Germany women are compared to American women. Start thinking like that. Okay? The solution is getting your passport. So Kempachi was absolutely right in his assessment. Get your passport. Don't just watch videos all day and not actually try and make any changes in your physical life. It's not all about watching YouTube videos all day and just agreeing with the content creator What about your own personal life? Think about that for a sec. Sleep on that. Sleep on that for a second. What are you doing in your personal life? Are you a person who has watched my videos for the past 4 years and still have not made that passport application? What are you doing? What are you doing in your physical life? Don't be a person who's not a doer. You need to do things in your own life that will benefit your life personally. I travel to meet foreign women, so I'm doing something. So what are you doing? Think about that for a second. I know there's a lot of you guys here who watch my videos, but you've still not made that passport application. And I'm telling you, as soon as this live stream finishes, go and make that passport application. Stop procrastinating. A lot of you dudes will agree with all these other content creators, but you're not making any changes in your own personal life, because your life is what matters. Your life is what matters. They're not going to change your life physically in the real life. Yes, they can open your ideas. They can open your mind out, to new ideas, to new concepts. But only you can change your own personal physical life. So my advice for you brothers is to be a go-getter. Be a go-getter. Get that passport. Do not just watch my videos and agree with me about foreign women, about Western women, about foreign women. I want you guys to experience that physically. I want you guys to be holding hands with a dime foreign woman chick. Yeah, I want to see that. So as soon as the borders open, get out there and travel. The world is your oyster. There's more to black women than Keisha from the block. Travel, 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 and travel. Mr. International, do you have any last statements you want to say, bro, before I end the live stream?
All I want to say is great live stream. Another good live stream. Great intel. And you're doing a good job. And pretty soon the restrictions are going to be lifted and travel will be back to normal, or if not greater. So I'm just looking forward to it. And that's all I got to say.
Awesome. Thank you for the kind words, bro. I'm going to end the live stream in a few minutes. I want to thank every single member of this panel for calling in and giving their ideas. I want to thank Primetime for giving intel regarding Hawaii. Hawaii is probably the only state in America where you can meet decent feminine women, which is why I thought, let me just create a video on it, because some brothers maybe can't afford to travel out of America at the moment. So at least they can travel to somewhere in the States where they can meet foreign feminine women, which is Hawaii. So I hope that helped you out, brothers. Again, I will see you all on my next live stream. It's pretty late over here where I'm living, and I'm a bit tired. I'm sure Thomas is too. But I want to thank everyone for participating in this live stream. And I do want to ask you guys to make sure you comment on this live stream after it drops on my channel, because we need comments to push out the video to other members, other people all around the world to get this intel. So please comment on this video. Just say, great stream, international passport. You're right. I'm traveling to Hawaii within the next few months. Okay. I would really appreciate that. In the meantime, thank you all and have a wonderful weekend. International passport out and peace. Oh.